What's up, everybody? Welcome to Progressive Talk Live, Prog Talk, the greatest show in the history of mankind. I am your host, Humble Dusty Smith, and this is the show we take a look at the viral stories on social media this week and keep each other company because it's all depressing as motherfucking shit, but it's all good. We're going to get through it together, folks. How's everybody doing? Are you good? Did you have a good week? I'm going to wear these glasses now because I like these glasses better. I think they're fucking cooler. What do you guys think? So let me see what you guys are saying in the goddamn chat. Hell yeah. Hi, Dusty. What's up, Rockthaniel Hayden? What a name. The church music is hot, hot, hot. It's not church music, goddammit. It's from The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. One of the best fucking musicals ever, goddammit. Figure that shit out. It's the greatest show on earth. It's late morning. This is better than SpongeBob. Well, I hope I can be better than SpongeBob, but SpongeBob's pretty cool. Gotta give it to SpongeBob. The White Wizard makes his entrance. Oh, hell him. Hell yeah. Dusty the White is all up in this shit. So now we're going to talk about Joe Biden. Hell, shut the fuck up, Dusty. You're going to talk about Joe Biden. Finally came out. Everybody's like, Joe Biden, you got to answer to these rape allegations, these sexual assault allegations. Do it, Joe. Do it. And he did it. So we're going to talk about that. And apparently Alex Jones eats ass. Nobody's surprised by this. What are you doing, cats? You're already moving my goddamn shit around. Don't move my camera. Nope. As always, we have 10 cats, because Miss Diva escaped again. God damn it, Miss Diva! What the fuck? So we gotta capture Miss Diva again. She's like an escape artist. She always finds ways to get out. I don't know how the fuck she keeps doing it. I do know how she keeps doing it. We thought she was getting out one way, and so we blocked that way off, and then we found another way she was getting out. So god damn it. She's a little Houdini, but we'll find her. It's all good. So tonight, 10 cats. You'll see them periodically. But before I start the show, as always, Progressive Talk Live is on Patreon. Patreon.com/Codcast. There is a link in the description of this video. Please support the show, folks. Need all the help we can get. We're at $12.69 right now. I had a few people who I moved over from my other Patreon. See, I had two patrons, right? And I had one for like my main Cult of Dusty show that I was doing. It was all like religious videos, religious short videos. And so then I changed. Like I changed my entire format. I changed both the way I what I make videos about and like the format of the videos. They're like long now, like 2 hours long. And so I had all these people. There was like $900 per video I was making. I was making a lot more money doing the other thing. But I could have used that same Patreon and kept charging people, but I felt bad about that because I changed both the format and the content of my show. And people that signed up for my Patreon signed up thinking that I was going to be doing religious videos. And I didn't feel right about charging people for the new format and the new type of videos I was doing. So I started a whole new Patreon just to make sure I was fair to everybody. And I don't use the other Patreon anymore. So I'm trying to get people that are on the old Patreon to move over to the new Patreon, which is the Codcast Patreon. So if you haven't done that, please move over to it. Eventually, I'll probably be making religious videos again at some point, and I'll be using that Patreon again eventually. But please support this show on this. And as you guys know, most of the money goes to the Human Society Municipal Animal Sanctuary, where we rescue cute little dogs and cats. We got outside today, and yesterday actually, and we put this piece of outdoor fabric around the cage, which is supposed to block the view off from the street so the dogs won't bark at people as much. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. Hopefully nobody will complain to the cops again and they won't come fuck with us anymore because god damn it, I don't like that very much. Not amazing. So anyway, please support the show on the Patreon, patreon.com/Codcast. Really helps. And as always, super chats. You guys know how the super chats work. I'll read all the super chats. If you don't have anything else to say, recommend whatever you're watching during the quarantine, and you give your reviews of shows and whatnot. Let us know what's going on in your life. I read everything. I don't dodge any questions. You can embarrass me. Say whatever you want to say. In Aspatch, always the first to super chat me. Love me some. And hey, how's the weather down there? It's about 75. It's pretty perfect at the moment. It's still too damn cold here in Maine. We had snow in the morning one day last week. I need to move somewhere warm. Well, Mississippi's definitely warm. It gets really fucking hot in the summertime, though. It's like 105 all goddamn summer, so I'm not looking forward to that. But it's nice now. Thank you, man. Beast Nation 2009. Mankind Voice. Have a nice day. I will, Beast Nation. Thank you very much. Cat is in the way. All right, Breaking Bad 094, $1.99. For the animals. Can't wait for a Jones story. Hells yeah. The Alex Jones story is epic. Thank you, Breaking Bad. Anind Minaskowicz, give me $4.20. Awesome amount. Thank you. And Lee Spanner gave me $1.09. If it says something, I can't see it because this new... Oh, you just got a thumbs up. This new fucking goddamn YouTube bullshit is ridiculous. But anyway, what you gonna fucking do? And also, If you guys want to hear the show in audio-only format, we are available on SoundCloud. There's a link in the description of this video. You can watch all the, you not watch, you can listen. Listen to my awesome fucking show through SoundCloud. A lot of people like to download it or like watch it in the background where they're playing video games or doing housework or working at their boring-ass jobs. I'll keep you company, and it's also available on iTunes, and it's also available on Spotify, so just search for that shit. And, let's see what you got. For some reason, the Restream chat is not working. I don't know why, so if anybody's Restream chatting me, I'm sorry, it's not working. Fucking Restream sucks. And let me look at the chat. See what you guys have to say in the... Where's the fucking chat? God damn it, did I close the chat? Motherfuck my life. No, there it is. Boom. Alright, fuck you back! Snow, yeah, snow this time of year. That's crazy. Cult of Dusty, I can't wait for the one episode where the cats take it over. That's every episode, isn't it? Cats take it over. Here's one right now. Misty loves to lay in my lap. Mwah. Yeah, mwah. She purring, but she's like, leave me alone, daddy. Leave me alone. Let me rest in your lap. All right, fine. Rest in my lap. It's all good. All right. You're the best. All right. Let's go ahead and start out with the fucking show. Gonna start talking about some Joe Biden news. Joe Biden came out and said, I didn't rape anybody. That girl ain't telling the truth. Let's have a look. He was on Minka. I think that's how you pronounce her name. On the MSNBCs. And here's a little soundbite from that program. Take it away, Joe.
It is not true. I'm saying unequivocally, it never happened. And it didn't. It never happened.
Do you remember her? Do you remember any types of complaints that she might have made?
I don't remember any type of complaint she may have made. It was 27 years ago. And I don't remember, nor does anyone else that I'm aware of. And the fact is that I don't remember. It is not true.
So anyway,
I'm saying
they wanted him to come out and answer the allegations. And he did so. And then he released another statement. Let me click tweet on that. We are live. Come join us. He says, in short, they aren't true. This never happened. While the details of the allegations of sexual harassment and sexual assault are complicated, two things are not complicated. One is that women deserve to be treated with dignity and respect, and when they step forward, they should be heard, not silenced. The second is that their stories should be subject to appropriate inquiry and scrutiny. I agree with all this. Responsible news organizations should examine and evaluate the full and growing record of inconsistencies in her story, which has changed repeatedly in both small and big ways. But this much bears emphasizing. She has said she raised some of these issues with her supervisor and senior staffers from my office at the time. They, both men and women, have said unequivocally, that she never came to them and complained or raised issues. News organizations that have talked with literally dozens of former staffers have not found one, not one, who corroborated her allegations in any way. Indeed, many of them spoke to the culture of an office that would not have tolerated harassment in any way, as indeed I would not have. This is a clear, critical part of this story that can be verified. The former staffer has said she filed a complaint back in 1993, but she does not have a record of this alleged complaint, which is odd, you know. Seems like she would have kept that. She kept other things, like proof that she worked there and whatnot. So if you, like, put a complaint in for sexual assault, seems like you would have kept it. I don't know. The papers from my Senate years that I donate to the University of Delaware do not contain personal files. It is the practice of senators to establish a library of personal papers that document their public records, speeches, policies, and proposals, and the writing of bills. There's only one place a complaint of this kind could be: the National Archives. The National Archives is where the records are kept at what was then called the Office of Fair Employment Practices. I am requesting that the Secretary of the Senate ask the Archives to identify any record of the complaint she alleges she filed, and make available to the press any such document. If there was ever any such complaint, the record will be there. As a presidential candidate, I am accountable to the American people. We have lived long enough with a president who doesn't think he is accountable to anyone and takes responsibility for nothing. That's not me. I believe being accountable means having the difficult conversations even when they are uncomfortable. People need to hear the truth. So, I mean, I thought this is a pretty good statement overall. I mean, he is opening up the congressional record so you can look into it. I'm more on the fence about this. It's so hard to decide if I actually believe her or not. There are a lot of things that make me want to believe, and there are a lot of things that make me doubt. And I think it's okay to have doubt. Like I've said many times before, believe women doesn't mean just blindly believe them no matter what. It means trust but verify. Go and look at the evidence, but, start out with the mindset that she's telling the truth, because it's very rare that women are going to lie about these sort of things. They're normally telling the truth, so it's a good starting off point. But at the end of the day, you have to believe what the evidence tells you. And so it's a mixed bag, in my opinion. What the fuck? That's supposed to be at the end of the video. How did that get at the top of the video? I accidentally moved that up there. That is a palate cleanser for later, and it is spectacular. I don't know if we're going to get to all this stuff tonight. See all the stuff coming. It's a lot of stuff. Anyway. And I agree with Wild Girders here. Like, some people are taking the allegations to conspiratorial levels, and it's pretty hilarious. Like, I'm not on board with this. The Joe Biden supporters that want to claim that she's a Russian asset. Well, I had planned to spend a good chunk of time reading Tara's old tweets to find ones that seemed to be written in a Russian accent. Written in a Russian accent. Holy shit. I only made it 2 weeks back before I ran out of space for more examples. These are the red flags I found just from the last 2 weeks. So, listen to this. This makes more sense if you read it in a Russian accent. Okay, so let's read this in a Russian accent. No one has paid me. I can't do a Russian accent. God damn it. I work for no campaign or entity. I was working with special needs programs, and our services suspended due to COVID like many. Struggling with others during the pandemic. This is not a Russian accent in any way. Anyway, her point is that if you read it in a Russian accent, it will sound like it was written in a Russian accent. Genius! Absolutely genius. Well, I do find problems with her story. Like, a lot of people have been pointing stuff out that's suspicious. Like, there were several times where she retweeted that she fully supports Joe Biden, and that she, she respects her former boss, and she retweeted stuff that complimented him about fighting sexual harassment, which doesn't seem like she would have done any of that if she was sexually assaulted. Isn't that right? The cat's like, disagree with me. The cat's like, no, Dusty, that's rape culture, Dusty. That is rape. You're being involved in rape culture right now, Dusty. Because when women come forward and you go back through and you pick through everything they've ever said to try to disqualify what they're saying, that's part of rape culture. And I don't disagree. It's like a tightrope you have to walk. It's very, very hard. Where the fuck? I had something else, but let's see if I can find it. Apparently, I did not move it over properly. Great show, Dusty. Amazing. Let's go to my likes, and I'll see if I can find it real quick. Alex Jones. Nope, I don't have it anymore. Where the fuck did I do with it? Goddamn, Dusty. You have one job. This is literally your fucking job, dude. There we go. These are some tweets that she deleted that kind of seem a little bit suspicious, Like, I hate to dig through her background, but I mean, you do have to examine the evidence. So, she retweeted what the vice president said of the POTUS. As long as there's breath in me, I'll be there for you. After receiving the Medal of Freedom. Like, she seemed to like that. At POTUS awards the Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction to Vice President Joe Biden. She seemed to like Joe Biden get the Presidential Medal of Freedom for some reason, which is strange. If he really did, like, sexually assault her and then tell her, you're nothing. Now, that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Like I've said before, sometimes women have very complicated feelings about their attackers. Like, sometimes, like, women will actually date their rapist. Like, it's very rare. But this has happened. And so it doesn't mean they weren't raped just because they went on to eventually date the rape. I mean, so, this is not proof in and of itself, but it does lend me doubts. And here's another one that she deleted. Happy birthday, Joe, the best VP and friend I could have had alongside me these past 8 years. So it's, like, odd that she would, message that. And here's one where Joe Biden is basically working with Lady Gaga to end sexual assault that she retweeted. Margaret Cho says, God damn it, Joe, I was going to cry today. Incredible performance from my friend, Lady Gaga. You amaze me, and not just on stage. Proud to work with you to end sexual assault. So it just seems weird that she would be retweeting praise for Joe Biden when he is combating sexual assault if she was sexually assaulted by him. I don't know. That's odd. My old boss speaks the truth. Listen. Joe Biden makes emotive cancer appeal. I mean, that seems odd that if somebody sexually assaults you and told you you're nothing and then fired you because you try to go public with the sexual harassment stuff, that you would post stuff like this. I don't know, folks. It could have happened. I have no idea. I'm just saying, like, there are reasons to doubt and there are reasons not to doubt. because other people have come forward and said, yeah, she told me about this a long time ago. So, like, I have no idea. But exactly what you expected would happen, folks. This is what I've been talking about repeatedly on this show. What they do is, mostly it's like left-wing people are doing this. And in my opinion, they've become politically useless. But they'll go through Joe Biden's like video speeches or whatever he's putting out there, and it'll be like 30 minutes of him talking. And it'll be pretty lucid and eloquent for 30 minutes. And then the cat's just turning on the air conditioner. Cats, don't turn on my air conditioner, please. Please don't do that. Anyway, always fun. I have this portable air conditioner I like to jump on top of and push the buttons. Always fun doing the show with cats. What they do is they go through everything he says, and then they clip out anything he says that he misspeaks or anything that makes him look bad. And they kind of take it out of context instead of like showing the parts where he's actually lucid. So here's one of those times. Basically, he was talking to Hillary Clinton. And they took this little 15-second snippet where he's closing his eyes and he's listening to what she's saying. I guess he can't see her probably. He can probably only hear her, am I guessing. They probably don't have her on video for him. It's just like probably an earpiece or something in his ear where he can hear her. And he's like closing his eyes listening, and they're accusing him of falling asleep to demean him.
America are women. And 1 out of 3 jobs held by women in our country has been classified as essential. So this is an issue that affects all of us, young and old, every kind of America.
So, of course, as soon as she gets through speaking, he, like, shakes his head because he's listening and he opens his eyes. But so they clip out a little 15 seconds to make him look like he has dementia. That's what they're doing. They're just trying to sabotage him every way they can to make sure Trump gets elected again. Of course, they say that's not what they're doing. Just because we criticize Biden doesn't mean we're trying to help Trump get elected, but that's what's happening, right? Especially if you are left-wing and you have influence over a left-wing audience and you're making them more likely to vote for Joe than not vote at all, then you are helping Trump. Sorry! That's the world we live in. That's reality. You can like it or lump it, either way. And here's another example of that where they take a long clip where he's speaking pretty well throughout the most part of it, and they clip it out to make it look like, they clip out, just if he stumbles over his words at all, just like I did. I just stumbled over my words a little bit. But any stumble, which is very, very easy to do when you're talking live. It's very hard to talk eloquently without fucking up at all, even for somebody who's lucid and intelligent, which, I'm not saying I am, but I am a little bit, and it's even hard for me. So here's another example of them clipping him out to make him look bad.
Leave. We have to make sure all survivors of color, immigrants, survivors of Native American survivors, older survivors, those with disabilities, the LGBTQ community survivors, they all need support. And we have to make sure survivors and services can be connected. I've worked to make that hotline had the state-of-the-art telecommunications. When you call, they can tell where you are. They can get there in a hurry with real police protection if you need it. Now it's time to push again. We have to equip our hotlines and vital service providers with the tools that they need to take care of the person who's calling.
So most of that was fine. He just fucked up a few words here and there, but oh my God, Joe Biden's brain went blah, 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 live again. And 2,000 likes for this. It's just people trying to sabotage Joe Biden. You guys do understand that fucking Trump is the alternative, right? I just can't stand this shit. Nobody's been paying attention for 3 years, and it's angering. I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to fucking calm down. But it's fine to shit on Joe Biden, though. Like, I had no problem with the criticism of Joe Biden. We're going to criticize Joe Biden a little bit now. I'm not really all that concerned with what he did 30 years ago. I think I'm much more concerned with what policies he wants to push forward now, what he's likely to implement now. Where he's at on the issues now, but he has done some goofy things over the last 30 years. This was 1987, so this was like more than 30 years ago, 33 years ago. But he was your typical politician. He was kind of shady and a little bit scummy. So let's have a look at how he's basically plagiarizing someone else's speech and then claiming it as his own. Let's have a look. 2.1 million views.
Democratic presidential candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
Biden seemed to be claiming Kinnock's vision and life as his own.
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Why is Gladys the first woman in her family in 1,000 generations to be able to get the university.
My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania and come up after 12 hours and play football.
8 hours underground and then come up and play football.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
There was no platform upon which they could stand.
The notion that every thought or notion or idea you'd have to go back and find and attribute to someone, I think is, quite frankly, ludicrous.
The problem here is that Senator Biden told his audience he'd just been thinking about these things, and he failed to give any credit at all to his famous British speechwriter.
You know, I was thinking on the way over here.
I'm not going to play that whole thing, but anyway. Plagiarism! It's not just for Melania, folks. Even Joe Biden. But like I said, I have no problem criticizing Joe Biden. It's when you create a mostly one-sided narrative where you shit on Joe Biden so hard and so repeatedly without explaining to your audience why they actually should vote for him over Trump. Or you shit on him in ways that you're not shitting on Trump, which makes your left-wing audience, if you are a left-wing influencer, much more likely not to vote for Trump, not to vote for Biden, or to vote for Trump either way. That helps Trump, obviously. That's what I have a problem with. So yes, you can criticize him. I'm criticizing him. But also I'll tell you guys repeatedly, you should vote for Joe Biden. If it's between him and Trump, 100% you should vote for Joe Biden. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Why am I saying I'm sorry? It's just logical. He has the more progressive policies. He's much more likely, even if he only pushes through a small percentage of them, it'll be much better than whatever Trump's putting forward. So yes. Good God, yes, we should vote for Joe Biden, even though the choice is sad as fuck, in my opinion. But it's for things like this. At least he's coming out and saying stuff like this. I'll say what Donald Trump wants. The Confederate flag, swastikas, and other symbols of hate that have been used in these protests have no place in America. The president should encourage folks to follow Governor Whitmer's public health orders, not sow further discord and division. It's refreshing to actually have a president that will stand up, or a candidate, a potential president, who will stand up and talk out against the Confederate flag. And Joe Biden came out with calls for widespread student loan forgiveness. Let me pause my ad block. Pause my ad block, motherfuckers. Forbes magazine. Joe Biden calls for widespread student loan forgiveness. Former Vice President Joe Biden, who is now the presumptive Democratic nominee for president, has just come out with a proposal to forgive and wipe out student loan debt for millions of student loan borrowers. Here are the details. Biden's proposal would forgive all undergraduate federal student loan debt for borrowers who attend public colleges and universities, as well as historically black colleges and universities, and private minority-serving institutions. Borrowers who earn an income of less than $125,000 per year would be eligible for student loan forgiveness. Biden also supports $10,000 in across-the-board federal student loan forgiveness as a response to the coronavirus crisis. Senate Democrats had proposed this idea, but Senate Republicans rejected it in its final form version of the CARES Act. So yeah, this stuff is worth fighting for, folks. It's only a few of his policies that are worth fighting for, but he has a lot of issues, a lot of policy platform issues that are well worth fighting for. And yes, it's better than whatever Trump's going to put out there. So it sucks that this is their choice. I always wish that the Tara Reade allegations would have knocked him out and he would have resigned, but it's clear he's not going to do that. So what are you going to do? You definitely have to pick the better candidate. And even with those accusations, he's by far the better candidate. But people will say, just what they said to this guy. They've said the same thing to me. They called me a rape apologist. So Biden is the lesser of two rapists? Yeah. He is the least harmful president option. That is correct. Get the fuck out, away from me. Good argument. Not interested in arguing with a rape apologist. Sorry, man. That's what they say to me. Like I'm fucking apologizing for rape. No, I'm not. This is exactly like my analogy about the guy who comes up and puts a gun in your face and says, I'm either going to shoot you and your girlfriend in the head, or I'll punch your girlfriend. You have to choose one. And you're like, okay, well, I don't want to choose either one of those things, but punch my girlfriend instead of shooting her. And then people gather around and be like, no, what's wrong with you? Why are you fucking defending beating women? You female violence apologists, you're apologizing. Just fucking have the integrity to get shot in the face. And so you don't have to choose anything. Like, what? No, I'm not fucking apologizing for punching my girlfriend in the face. I'm just saying it's the lesser evil, obviously. God damn it, this is so simple to understand, folks. It is very simple to understand. And which brings me to Sean. Like, You guys know Sean from Sean and Jen makes good left-wing video, has an incredibly large left-wing audience, but he seems pretty intent on helping Trump get reelected. Although he says he's not, he says, no, I'm just shitting on Biden. Just because I'm shitting on Biden continuously in a way that I'm not shitting on Trump, just because I'm making my left-wing audience hate Biden and much more likely not to vote for him, which directly helps Trump, doesn't mean I'm helping Trump. But it does. It does mean that. Like, I respect you, I like your videos, but you're full of shit. It does. 2016, liberal. I wish I could understand how the Republicans justify voting for this creepy, incoherent rapist. Monkey paw finger curl. So what he's saying here is like, now it's 2020, and the liberals are voting for a creepy, incoherent rapist. I wonder why. Well, the reason is because Joe Biden's policies, like forgiveness of student loan debt, like I just showed. For poor people, he's going to make it to where you're not forced to pay more than 30% of your income for rent, so rent control, which is good. Decriminalization of marijuana and expunging of records. Immediately undoing Trump's ban on transgender people in the military and reaffirming trans and gay rights. The public option. Criminal justice reform, infrastructure projects that also target minorities. Just like, there's so much. That's why. It's so simple. Like, I explained this to him before, too. And his response was, well, I don't care what his policies are. I don't believe his policies. I don't believe he's going to do any of that. So I'm just going to ignore his policies. So, like, yeah. But, and then he goes on to say, if you follow me, and you're the type who confuses criticism of the Democrats as support for the Republicans, I hope you enjoy doing that because you have a lot of it coming. Clear your schedule. So he's saying, I'm going to continue to shit on Joe Biden. I'm going to continue making my audience less likely to vote for Joe Biden. That helps Trump. So, like, I'm not confused by what you're doing. I'm not saying you support Republicans by doing that. I'm saying you're helping them. Just because you don't support them doesn't mean you're not helping them, because you are. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And then he goes on to say this. If I was a progressive set on voting for Biden, I'd still say I wasn't, and loudly. Unless he offers up this or that policy, I won't. I've already listed all of his very good policies to Sean, and Sean specifically said he did not care what his policies are. So he's just bullshitting. The election is half a year away. Your vote is yours to bargain with. Pledge it immediately, and they're free to ignore you. Okay, well, I hope this is true. I hope that he only does this for a couple more months, and then like 3 months before the election begins, he switches over and starts explaining to this audience, okay, well, we should vote for Biden. I don't believe you'll do this, though. I believe you're just bullshitting. I believe you're taking so much shit for spreading this one-sided narrative against Biden and making your left-wing audience less likely to vote for him and helping Trump, that you're just saying this to give yourself cover. But when it comes down to it, in a couple months from now, you're not going to turn around and tell people to vote for Biden. The reason I don't believe you're going to do that is because people are already shitting on you for this. Biden supporters and people like me, who are not even Biden supporters but know that he's the better candidate, have been shitting on you for this, and that obviously has upset you to the point where you continuously tweet about it, right? And I don't think that you're going to give in a couple months and say, okay, well, those guys who are shitting on me are right. What I know about people, generally that's not what they do. When they get shit on, they double down and they get butthurt. And also, while you're continually shitting on Biden and building up this anti-Biden narrative, what you're doing is you're pushing away parts of your audience who are more likely to vote for Biden, like me. You're making us think that you're politically useless. And also, you're attracting lots of never Biden people, and you're getting that hit of dopamine in your brain from all the support that you're getting for this. And there's no way, when you get all this rush of new people who support your never Biden policies position, and you're pushing away people that are more likely to vote for Biden, that you're going to flip the script and tell all these new people that are following you now who are never Biden that they should suddenly go ahead and vote for Biden. I don't think you're going to do that. I think you're bullshitting me. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, Sean, Jen. It's another example. This person follows me. I like this person. I was following them. Joe Biden said, Biden tonight pitched himself as a bridge to the future of the Democratic Party. I view myself as a transition candidate. My job is to bring the Mayor Petes of the world into this administration. I guess Mayor Pete was the one person he could think of that's kind of young and could be the future of the party and whatnot. And he's just saying, I'm just going to bridge to the next generation who can fight for more progressive policies, and you get Trump out of there and you can use me as a jumping off point. And Beth, who continuously is obsessed with shitting on Biden, making her left-wing audience that she influences much less likely to vote for Biden, which helps Trump. She says, Mayor Pete is a bridge to the future. This is Joe's big vision. I've never wanted to not vote for Biden harder. A vote for Joe is a vote for decades of neoliberalism. I mean, but like the public option is not neoliberalism. Forgiving student loan debt is not neoliberalism. Like there's a lot of policies that have nothing to do with neoliberalism. They just throw this word out there as a catch-all to give them justification to shit on anybody hardcore if they want to. No fucking thanks. I'd rather break the system than prop this shit up for even one more election cycle. So, hey, you women who may lose your right to choose for the next 30 years because Supreme Court seats are for life, you can thank people like this who would rather the system be broken, would rather you lose your fucking rights than vote for the better candidate. When it comes to things like global warming, what scientists say we cannot afford another 4 years of inaction. The tens of millions of people that are going to be displaced can thank people like this, who would rather you suffer, would rather the system be broken because they didn't get their way. You guys are not suffering enough. Hey, yeah, maybe the majority of the people that voted for Biden because that's what they wanted. They wanted small incremental change. But since you guys do not want my revolution, we're going to make you suffer until you do. If you have to suffer for 50 fucking years until we get our way, we'll make you suffer. I'll be dead and gone. Your fucking future children could suffer until we get our fucking way. These are piss babies. Whiny ass piss babies who want to take us all fuck down with us. And they would literally rather see fascists in the goddamn government hurting us all than vote for the fucking better candidate. Fucking put on your goddamn big boy, big girl pants and do what's fucking right. People say, oh, quit voter shaming, Dusty, quit voter shaming. I'm just telling you the fucking truth, folks. I'm telling you the reality of the situation we're living in right now. If that fucking shames you, good. Be ashamed. Be incredibly fucking ashamed. You should be ashamed if reality fucking shames you. Truth is the truth, whether you goddamn like it or not. And I guess that's all I'm going to talk about Joe Biden. Like, I'm not a fan, but he's the better option. So what you going to do? I'm going to keep shilling for it because that's what's going to help my people. That's what's going to keep less people from suffering. That's what you fucking got to do. Dusty said, piss babies. Yep, whiny piss babies. Dusty, all of your podcasts are starting to sound the same. Well, don't watch it. Fuck off. No one is forcing you to watch this shit. There are tons of other podcasts out there who will shit on Joe 24/7 for you and not tell you the truth about the goddamn situation, the political situation we're in. If you're not entertained by it, fuck off. Like, really? Like, what else can I say to you? You're so stupid if you're watching something that you don't like or you're not entertained by. So, okay. So repeat the mistakes of 2016, and they get for doing so is Trump again. Yeah. Fascism. They literally are okay with fascism because they didn't get their way. I guess I should thank for Biden for voting for the Iraq War too, Dusty. Yes, let's relitigate the Iraq War from 30 years ago. Hey, I got an idea. Let's punish ourselves today because Joe Biden made the same dumbass mistake that the majority of the country wanted to make 30 years ago. Right? Let's let Trump and fascism stay in power for 4 years. Let's let women lose their right to choose. Let's accelerate global warming. Let's keep bailing out billionaires. Let's crash the economy. Let's get rid of the pandemic office because Joe Biden was a dipshit 30 years ago. Let's punish ourselves, folks. Let's punish our whole fucking country because this is logical, right? This makes goddamn sense. No, you're dumb as fuck. You are a dumb, ignorant, shitty fucking human being who doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. You have no morals whatsoever if you want people to fucking suffer because Joe Biden was an idiot 30 years ago. You know, 30 years ago, I was a goddamn Christian. 17 years ago, I was a Christian. During the fucking Iraq War, I guess it wasn't 30 years ago. The Iraq War was 20 years ago. I guess 9/11 was in 2001. So, but 17 years ago when the shit happened, I was a fucking Christian who supported the Iraq War. It was incredibly fucking popular amongst the majority of the fucking Americans. And if I was in office, I would have fucking voted for that shit. But if I was running for fucking president today, I would run on Medicare for all, free colleges, global warming, all that shit. So would you punish the country and let Trump fucking keep office instead of voting for me because I was a dumbass 20 years ago? Does that make any goddamn sense? No, it doesn't. You're dumb. You're fucking dumb and you should feel ashamed. You should feel bad. Seriously, goddamn it, how stupid can you fucking be? Just ridiculous. So sick of you ignorant motherfuckers giving these lame-ass arguments. Sean is a smart beta male. Beta? Yeah, Sean's a good guy. Like, I don't have much problem with Sean. I just think these people are politically useless. They've proven that they will actually help fascists take and maintain power because they didn't get their way, and that makes them politically useless. And what's going to happen is, what I believe is going to happen, I think Biden's probably going to win. Not 100% on that. I think Trump's going to win, so I'm full of shit, and I could be wrong. But if Biden wins, and all these left-wing people have shit on him and done everything they can to make sure he doesn't win, that's going to send a clear message to the DNC that they do not need the left-wing party anymore. They do not need the left at all. It completely takes away any leverage you fucking have. And yes, you will be partially to blame for that. So, Sean needs to shut his gob. He doesn't make a lot of money. Like, for a guy who only puts out a video about every 4 months, he's making like over $100,000 a year. That's nuts to me. But that's bread tube for you. They don't really practice what they preach when it comes to class warfare. Look at the mismanagement of the coronavirus. Yeah, 62,000 deaths now. I mean, it's just all so silly. Like, yeah, let's have another 4 years of this because we didn't get our way. Let's relitigate the Iraq War from 20 years ago. Herder? You're just fucking stupid. Like, God damn it. I still like the podcast. Okay. Well, I mean, sorry. I'm going to continue to tell the truth because very, very few people are saying this. Very few people are doing podcasts calling this shit out, and I'm going to keep doing it. And if you don't like it, lump it. That's all I got to say. What leverage? Look, we have social media leverage on people. Like, even Trump bows to social media pressure when he got dunked on repeatedly for stupid press conferences telling people, hey, the doctor should look into injecting fucking disinfectants into the body. He got dunked on so hard for that he took his ball and went home and quit doing that shit. We absolutely have leverage over these people, right? They listen. They're human beings. They're not fucking robots. They're not fucking evil Bond villains who don't give a shit. They want to be seen as good presidents. And I think Joe Biden more than Trump cares what the public thinks, so we do have leverage over them. Thanks, Lester, for speaking the truth. No problem. I'm doing what I can. HBR puts out like one video a year. I know, right? But they're incredibly supported. Lots and lots of money. I mean, why would you put out videos too often if you could put out a video and like piss people off? Like this show, the problem with this show, I think one of the big reasons that the ratings are so low on this show is because I talk about 50 subjects every show, and that gives an awful lot of room for people to find things to be upset about. You're going to find things you disagree with me about when I talk about 50 different things. So it's much better when you have very few public positions and people have less of reasons to get mad at you, in my opinion. You should debate the guy married to Shion Head. He won't ever debate me. He went public and he said he would debate me anywhere naked if it would shut me up. And I immediately, within like 10 seconds, messaged him and said, let's do this. And then he went public and said, I was just kidding. I never had any intention of debating Dusty. Yeah, that is weak. The dude's a fucking big bowl of vanilla goddamn ice cream. He ain't gonna get goddamn 10 miles from me. Neither is Shion Head. Neither one of those guys are gonna be anywhere near me because I would fucking eat their goddamn lunch. And they know I fucking would. So, Joe Biden won't be the nominee. The DC already kicked the left out in 2016. Yes, Joe Biden looks like he's going to be the nominee. Why do you guys say all this stupid shit? You guys just literally just pull the shit out of your ass. You have no clue what you're talking about. It's possible he won't be the nominee, but yes, it looks very likely at this point he's going to be the nominee. And you have no evidence whatsoever to say that's not true. It's just silly. You're just making shit up. Let's see what else we got. You should have already read that. Your show's fine, Dusty. I'm a Never Biden, and I still watch. Cool. You shouldn't be Never Biden. You're going to help fascists maintain power, and it's ridiculous. I don't know how you watch this show and everything I point out about Trump continuously, what he's doing continuously, and not fight against that with every fiber of your being. I don't know how you could be a moral person and not fight against Trump with every fiber of your being. I just don't get it. I really don't. So when will they say sorry for calling Bernie bros sexist? Oh my God, they were mean to me, so I have to let fascists keep the government. Oh my God, they were mean to me, so I have to let Trump have another 4 years. But I grow the fuck up, motherfucker. I was goddamn the biggest Bernie supporter there was. I had more hours on video shilling for Bernie than every fucking one of you. And I ain't worried about that goddamn petty bullshit. I'm worried about the policies that are going to help my people. The policies that are going to keep people from suffering. That's what I'm fucking worried about. Not this, oh my God, they were mean to me bullshit. What is wrong with you people? Like, seriously, are you children? Fucking grow up already. Ridiculous. All right, let me read the super chat. Super chatty chat chat. Hells yeah. Love my super chatters. Got some good ones in here. Hells yeah. Breaking Bad 094 Westworld. I missed the last episode of Westworld. I liked the first season. Second season I didn't like, and this last season, it's all right. I've been watching that new show. It's on Amazon. It's called Upload, and it's actually really similar to an idea for a cartoon I have. So it's not bad. I'm like 3 episodes into it. It's worth watching, I guess. JT, what's up, JT? I think JT is still the world heavyweight champion for Super Chat donations. Hey, Dusty, did you get a Patreon message from earlier today? Maybe. Yes, I did. I'll have to read it. Sorry, I hadn't read it yet. I will get to that after the show. Thank you, JT. Appreciate that. Corey Davis, $2. You should have a religious BS segment and clip it. Yes, I was thinking about doing that, but I didn't have enough religious stuff. So I'm definitely going to do that in the future. It's on the plans. Appreciate that, Corey Davis. Spanky Weasel, $20. Thank you, Spanky Weasel. That is very generous. Hey, Dusty, could you do a video introducing us to the doggies? I need to do that. See, the doggies stay in a different room because the cats are in here. And so, obviously, we don't bring the dogs in here when the cats are in here. But I don't have a camera. I guess I could maybe use my iPad or something. But, yeah, I've been planning on doing that. That's in the works. God damn it. I got to quit being lazy about that and do that. But definitely appreciate that. We would love to see them and learn their names. If you do a piece on each dog, you could play those clips when you got to pee. What do you think? I think that's a great idea. And that's definitely something I plan on doing. I just haven't got around to it yet. So appreciate that. Thank you, Spanky Weasel. Hope you're doing well. Brad Elskin, 666. Slept through your last one. No forgiveness. So here's some Satan money. You got to see them. Love you, Dustman. Yes, homo. Hell yeah, right back to you. Homo all the way, Bradley. And holy shit, Tom Crowell, is that how you pronounce your name? I don't want to mispronounce it because you've been very, very generous to me. $100. Hero of the night, Tom Crowell. Be sure to show him some love in the chat because he is an amazing individual. Hey, Dusty, I have enough for my kitties, but your kitties need help too. I really appreciate that. We can use all the help we can get. I love a lot of the new content and format. I finally have a little extra to share with you. Keep up the good work. I think I told you guys this before, but I spent about $200 a month, something like that, crazy like that, on flea medication. And good tip for you guys. I've said this before, sorry repeating myself, but Frontline and Frontline Plus, their patent expired, and they got knocked off by a company called Pet Armor and Pet Armor Plus. It's the same exact shit for a lower price. I don't work for them. I don't make any money telling you this, but it saves me money, and I recommend that if you guys need to save some money. But thank you, Tom Crawler. That is very generous. I will keep up the good work. Pet your kitties for me. I will pet my kitties for you. Let's do it right now. Let's pet. All right, let go of me. Let's pet in honor of Mr. Crowell. Yes. Mwah, you sweet baby. We petting you in honor. I'm going to buy you some treats, buy you some kitty litter so you can be, not kitty litter, catnip so you can be high as fuck. Mwah. All right. Victoria Cunningham. What's up, Victoria Cunningham? Good to see you. Love me some Victoria Cunningham. $20. Very generous. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Dusty, for all the good work you do. Never stop doing your show. For some of us, it is the friendly voice going through the same crap we are making us feel better. You are the man, Dusty. Stay awesome. I appreciate that. You're the woman, Victoria. I guess that's your pronouns. You're the person. I don't know, but I'm going to assume. But I love you very much, and I appreciate that. I'm going to keep doing the show as long as I'm possibly able. And if you guys keep supporting the show, like, I don't even really look at the ratings, the numbers too much. I actually looked at it the other day. It's the first time in months I've actually looked at them, and it was like way less than I thought. But you guys are supporting the show fine, so I'm going to keep doing it. A small, loyal audience is what I really always wanted, and I have that. So I'm having a great time, and I really appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you, Victoria. Lobo, $10. What's up, Lobo? Yeah, I'm fighting with the never-biting lefties online myself. Thanks for providing leadership. I just finished Better Call Saul. Yeah, the last season of Better Call Saul was really good. I think it was the best season yet. And, you know, all you can do is what you can do. We're outnumbered right now by the useless lefties who seem intent on having fascists keep power. It's depressing, but all we can do is fight back against it, and I appreciate that, Lobo. HS Ross, $10. What's up, HS Ross? How you doing? He's like the Intercontinental Champion of the Super Chat. Super Chats! It is just so obvious that we have to vote for Biden. I know, right? Used to think, as Sean was suggesting, that we should pretend we won't vote for him unless he moves further left, but Christo of Valles suggested that our arguments that he should move left might be taken more seriously if we are honest about the fact that we will vote for him but have legitimate concerns and think moving left will help him. Agreed. Like he said, the election is only 6 months away, so if you continue to shit on Biden now, I mean, it's going to be, before you know it, the elections are upon us, and you're influencing people right now, lots of your lefty followers, to not vote, or to vote for somebody that's not Biden. And it's adding up. like I've told you guys before, Trump won by 80,000 votes spread across 3 states. And no, I'm not saying that these left-wing influencers are 100% responsible, but are they partially responsible? Yes, they are. And this is 100% the playbook that the skeptics used in 2016. Now, we're not fucking for Trump. We're just shitting on Hillary continuously in a way that's not the same as the way we're shitting on Trump. We're influencing our audience not to vote for Hillary, of course, but that doesn't mean we're for Trump, but it has the same effect. We see through this bullshit argument. You guys just got to own up to it. Just own up to the fact that you're helping Trump. At least it won't insult my... I have a little bit of respect for you if you don't insult my intelligence. But what you're doing now is just insulting. Tell you what, boy, $4.99. If Tell You What Boy said something to me, I can't see it. Let me scroll up, see if I can find it. Biden versus Trump is like jaywalking versus treason. Yep, exactly. They're just not in the same category at all. Oh, a few popped up all of a sudden. There, Tell You What, boy, $4.99. Bernie or bust arguments are getting close to the, but what about black on black crime? I know, right? It's just so frustrating to have people that I respect and that I think make good videos and could be real good allies in this just are making such bad arguments, in my opinion. Being such whiny babies about all this. Guys, could you please not move my camera around? Cats everywhere, moving my fucking camera. Yeah, they are. All right. EO Man Scode 84, $2. Was once against voting Biden, but now voting Biden. Yeah, a lot of people are like, Dusty, your vote shaming is not working. You're not changing anybody's mind by vote shaming. But, like, that's bullshit. Like, tons of people had messaged to me and commented, like, okay, Dusty, you changed my mind. Like, you're obviously saying logical shit that swayed me. So, yes, it does work. Sorry. And, like, historically, shame actually works really well. Like, people used to be way more homophobic than they are now publicly, and they're much less now. People used to be way more racist than they are publicly. I'm not saying people aren't still racist, but they're much less likely to be racist these days. And the reason why is because they got shamed into fucking submission. So, yeah, saying shame doesn't work is sort of stupid, too, because it definitely does. Newberific, $10. I had a giant blowout argument with my brother over Trump versus Biden. The only point he acknowledged is, I don't want science-denying young Earth creationists in power. Yeah, I mean, literally, Trump doesn't believe in global warming. He said it was a Chinese conspiracy. And not only has he not done anything about global warming, he's accelerated. He's undone everything Obama put in place, which wasn't even that much, but it was something. So, yeah, we should have already been fighting for this stuff. Hillary should have been president. We should have been fighting for global warming policies and the public option. And we should have been much more progressed in our society than we are now. We should have evolved. But instead, we lost 4 years by electing Trump. And not only did we lose those 4 years, but we regressed. We regressed back to something before that, which is way worse. We regressed back to before Obama was president. And now, if Biden gets to be president, not only are we still going to be behind, but we have to claw back all the shit we lost under Trump. And now these motherfuckers want to put us back 4 years again. Give Trump another 4 years. So our society doesn't evolve for another 4 years. We're 8 years behind. And then we have to claw back even more if we get a progressive in office. So it's insanity. It's fucking stupid in every goddamn possible way. And I'm going to continue to call it out regardless of how many people it upsets, because somebody's got to say this shit. Maddening. Meldrock, $2. Biden versus Trump is like jaywalking versus treason. I read that true story. Thicko Epicure, $3. Thank you, Thicko Epicure. How's it going? It's going great. I hope it's going well with you. Thicko Epicure. What a name. What a handle there. And HS Ross, $10 Canadian. Even better than American money. In case it's confusing that I am in Canada, but talking about voting Biden, I am a Canadian permanent resident, but U.S. citizen who votes in the swing states of Michigan. So voting Biden is crucial for me. Yep. Appreciate you clarifying that. A lot of people who live overseas, hopefully they'll be voting for Biden by mail-in ballots. And I appreciate you having some sense. How about some Baby Yoda to make you guys feel better? Little kitty therapy with Baby Yoda getting so big. Baby Yoda getting so big. Look how big that buddy's getting. She getting all pear-shaped. Yes, she is. She fed well. You guys are helping me spoil these monkey asses, and we spoil them so good. Mwah, Baby Yoda, just a purring away. I love you, Baby Yoda. Thank you for the kitty therapy. Daddy loves you, Baby Yoda. Okay, Baby Yoda, you can go away now. All right, let's continue on with the fucking show. Got a lot of stuff to cover. I even made a graphic for this next part. Stayed up all night making this graphic. Hells yeah, here we go. You guys ready to see some awesome fucking graphics? Here we go. Boom! Trump is your president! Oh, I even have a music for this shit. Where the fuck is it? Here we go. Boom! Music to entertain you guys with, a little background music.
Trump's your president!
Yeah.
He's your president!
Yeah.
He's the president! Trump's your president!
He's your president.
He's your president! He's the president!
Graphics.
Trump's your president!
Top tier, folks.
He's your president!
Can't get any better than this.
He's your
I
president!
have to turn that off before I commit suicide. But anyway, Trump's your president! Now we do Trump news. And starting off, folks, never forget, yes, Biden, it's possible he's sexually assaulted Tara Reid. I don't know. Depends on, you make up your own mind, folks. You have the right to your own opinion. But let's not forget also, when we're talking about this, that Trump has 43 accusations against him, including a child rape. A child literally sued him for rape. So, yeah, it's the lesser evil. Sorry. It's not my fault that these are our choices, folks. I'm just the messenger. Sucks ass. But, oh, God. This is the real world we live in. And this is a little bit too on the nose for me, folks. Trump's like, there has been so much unnecessary death in this country. It could have been stopped, and it could have been stopped short. But somebody, a long time ago it seems, decided not to do it that way. And the whole world is suffering because of it. This is like serial killers who want to be caught. This reminds me of that time OJ wrote that book called If I Did It. Yeah, you did it, Trump. You're talking about yourself, dude. 3.81 million views. Holy shit. It's hard to believe this is real life. He can sit up there with a straight face and say this stuff, but we got to get him out of there, folks. Got to get him out there. And apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, folks, but Trump presented with grim internal polling showing him losing to Biden. That's what the polls say. The polls say he is likely to lose to Biden, but it's also said that about Hillary, so I have no idea. But those who saying that Biden can't win, not so sure about that. And then he's going public, talking about how he don't know why the government should bail out states that are Democratic. Trump questions why taxpayers should help bail out states run by Democrats. But the vast majority of the states that get bailed out are Republican states. Like it says here. I mean, taxpayers seem to bail out states run by Republicans every year. That's exactly how it happens. Mississippi, the state I live in, which is Republican as fuck, gets more taxpayer money than anybody does. We get well more than we put into the system. And look at this. This is showing the red states. It shows how much money they put into the system, depending on how much they get back. Florida puts 97% in for every dollar they get back. Texas puts 94 cents in for every dollar they get back. Colorado, 81 cents. Nevada, 65 cents. Mississippi, or maybe that's what they're getting back. Mississippi gets $2.02 back. Oh, I see what it says. These are states that give more than they get. Okay, I had it wrong. They give a dollar for every 94 cents they get back on this chart. And this chart shows you how much they get back for every dollar they give. So Mississippi gets $2 for every dollar they put into the system. New Mexico, which is red, 203. I guess they've overtaken Mississippi. And you see almost every one of these states are red states. Almost every single one of these are conservative states. And there's a reason for that, folks. It's because conservative states are less educated. It's dumber people who make less money and need more help. That's how it always fucking happens, right? It's been proven. The more education you have, the more likely you are to be left-leaning and liberal. That's just the facts of the matter. But just showing you how many people died of coronavirus so far, folks, in the last couple months. This is Soldier Field. Capacity 61,500. Corona deaths are over that now. We're at 62,000 deaths so far. So we're at enough deaths now to fill up an entire giant football stadium. One of the biggest stadiums, folks. Meanwhile, here's our president. I just played this for you, folks. Listen to what he's saying here. It's just hard to believe this could be true.
I don't think anybody's done a better job with testing, with ventilators, with all of the things that we've done. And our death totals, our numbers per million people are really very, very strong. We're very proud of the job we've done.
Our death numbers are so strong, folks. There's never been a president in history who have had this strong of death numbers. Name another president who has had more deaths from pandemics than I am. We're very proud of our numbers, folks. They're very strong. I mean, what the fuck? What reality is real Donald Trump living in? Over 63,000 Americans have already died from COVID-19 in less than 2 months, the highest in the world. And he's proud? Talk about strong numbers? It's just crazy. And in deaths per million, U.S. is ahead of Germany, Turkey, Iran, Canada, Australia, Norway, South Korea, ... Like, holy fucking shit, goddammit. Just so frustrating. We got to get this mad motherfucker out of office. Stat. And here's what Trump supporters are like, folks. They're out there in Huntington Beach protesting the stay-at-home orders. These are the motherfuckers going to get your grandma killed. Look at all these assholes. No social distancing. Just don't give a fuck. And it gets worse. Texas out there protesting. Texas is having a normal one. Texas will not take the mark of the beast. Yeah, these motherfuckers literally think that Bill Gates is some kind of antichrist. And he has instigated COVID-19 so that he can come in with his vaccine, which has like a microchip in it, which is the mark of the beast. And they all refuse to take it, folks. This is the crazy ass shit Americans are believing. They're literally making signs and walking through the streets claiming this shit. I've had people talk to me about this. Tell me, you gonna take the fucking microchip from Bill Gates? Hell yeah. I'll take it in my dick. Shoot it wherever you want to, motherfuckers. I don't give a shit about your stupid ass mark of the beast. I don't believe in it. It's such a stupid fucking story. Yeah. Hey, there's gonna be an antichrist. And he gonna come in and give everybody a mark. And if you don't have that mark, you can't buy or sell shit. But if you take that mark, you can't be forgiven for it. You can burn in hell for eternity. And this is part of the infinitely wise God's all-knowing plan. Like, what the fuck? Why would you worship a monster who goes through this kind of pageantry just to murder everybody and torture them forever? You're stupid. And you should feel bad about it. And look at these shit. Look at these fucking pieces of shits, man. They're out there screaming at healthcare workers. These fucking Trump supporters. Look.
Governor Cooper,
Let me turn it up.
Governor Cooper, let my barber go!
Oh my God. How is this not a parody? How are these people real? This, like, at first I thought somebody like was standing in front of a green screen and just making a joke, but this is real.
Governor Cooper, let my barber go!
I used to teach my kids to respect the police, to respect you guys, to respect first responders. Not anymore, because the only response you have is to your paychecks.
They're literally trying to keep you motherfuckers alive. They're just out there protesting because you don't social distance, you're getting people sick, which makes them come to the hospital, which puts their lives at risk. Healthcare workers have one of the leading percentages of COVID-19 infections because they're around sick people all the time. Isn't that right? Cat agrees with me. Cat knows I'm telling the 100% truth. And these people are afraid. Listen to them.
Or paychecks.
I am afraid of reopening right now.
Right, because it's their lives on the line. You're going to get these people killed, dudes. And so in Michigan, how is this real, folks? Oh my God. In Michigan, they had protests going on out there, and they'll literally watch anything. These Trump supporters will watch fucking anything. As long as it's a couple of little white girls, they can entertain anybody. I don't know, like, it's things like this that sort of make me root for COVID-19. Just a little bit, folks, just a little bit. I know that's dark, but holy shit, I guess one of them's got an Obama mask, the other's got a Trump mask, and they're dancing poorly during this protest to some kind of ridiculous government song with this patriot bullshit. American Patriot, American Patriot rally. We're patriots. No, you're fucking cringe, dude. The biggest fucking cringe in the goddamn world. And then armed protesters, otherwise known as terrorists, stormed the Capitol building and then demanded to get in to see the governor. Can you imagine if this was black folks? Let's just be honest here, folks. You want to talk about white privilege? Imagine if a bunch of black people, a bunch of Black Lives Matter, stormed the Capitol building with AR-15 strapped to their back with 9mm tucked in their waist. Imagine how fast They would be either killed, arrested, locked up. SWAT would be there. But no, when you're white and you're a Trump supporter, you can literally get away with anything. You can literally go into public buildings with guns and scream to see the governor. Definitely stable human individuals. Look at these people. It's like Deliverance. Got a pretty mouth, boy. And yep. Remember the Black Panthers used to try to do shit like this, and the FBI literally went into their houses and murdered them in their sleep. True story, this happened, folks. The Black Panthers did this at California State House in 1967, and Ronald Reagan couldn't sign a gun control law fast enough. They set them up. These armed motherfuckers out on the courthouse steps. Their stupid ass flags, and somebody's making fun of them. But this is exactly what it is, folks. It's a projection. It's a projection of their shortcomings. It's exactly what it is. Their guns are like phallic symbols to them. And they're definitely just insecure motherfuckers. So they should just carry around giant dildos. I'd have more respect for you. At least it's more honest than what you're doing. And I agree with David Packman here. Curious what people think. Would these armed protesters at Michigan State Capitol be treated differently if they were black? Yes. Yes, they would be treated much differently than these crazy people. Look how crazy this shit is.
Somebody took care of the red coats once. Red coat! Hey, red coat! Ever heard 1776? You're gonna throw me around?
You're a red coat! You're a red coat! Rest all these fucking terrorist-ass motherfuckers. But of course, our president, the dumbest motherfucker on the earth, is calling for the governor to negotiate with these terrorists. The governor of Michigan should give a little and put out the fire. These are very good people, but they're angry. Yeah, very fine people on both sides. We've heard that before, right? They want their lives back again, safely. See them, talk to them, make a deal. Yeah, make a deal with these people. Make a deal with these armed terrorists who are trying to scare you into giving in and killing people. Very good people on both sides. Look how good they are. Yeah, amazing, aren't they? You should definitely give in to terrorism, folks. No way, if they were black, he'd be saying this. 0% chance. Very good people. Look at them. Look how good they are. Tyrant bitch. Look at these fucking assholes. God damn it. So insecure with your fucking gun trying to scare people. Yep. Nazis said, well, hell, Weidmer. Yeah. Tyrants get the rope. Literally threatening violence. Why don't you negotiate with them, Governor? Negotiate with them. Because we don't negotiate with terrorists. Maybe. That's what I think. Anyway. And, then Trump went out there, and he's saying that if states run by Democrats want something for him, that they have to give him something for it. Only states with Democrats, folks. Yeah, quid pro quo if you're a Democrat. So, like, fuck the people who are suffering. The mob boss in chief has to get something in return, or you don't get jack shit from him. 1.5 million views.
I think we wanted to. So, you just take a look, and we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it. I think we want to take a little bit of a pause. But if we do that, we'll have to get something for it. Okay?
Yeah, we have to get something for it. We got to get something back.
You just take a look and...
If you want help from me, you got to give me something back. That's not how it's supposed to fucking work, dude. You're supposed to be the president of everybody, not just Republicans. And the corruption is just right there in your face, folks. Right there, full-throated, in your face, no shame whatsoever. Explain to me why we shouldn't do everything we can to get this motherfucker out of office. After one tweet to the President Trump, this man got a $69 million from New York. A Silicon Valley engineer with no medical supply background tweeted at Trump saying he could provide ventilators. Days later, the New York State paid him $69.1 million at the recommendation of the White House task force. But the ventilators never arrived. Just corruption at the highest levels. No accountability whatsoever. Remember, Trump was supposed to be the accountability? He said he was going to be the oversight. Here's another example. This multimillionaire Trump donor is the #1 recipient of the government's small business relief loan. His properties are worth like $2.2 billion. $3 a bay. Yeah. Just last year. $2.2 billion. The three companies got $96.1 million from the federal loan fund. a fucking goddamn Trump contributor. So yes, it's just like, they don't give a shit, folks. They know that they can do anything and get away with it. They don't feel accountable to their base because their base does not give a shit about the corruption. It's just all, it's a show. Drain the swamp. They are the swamp, folks. But it doesn't matter. And, oh, God damn it. This is Trump's new press secretary. She promises she's never going to lie to us, folks. That's right. You can believe her, right? She has an honest face.
Will you pledge never to lie to us from that podium? I will never lie to you. You have my word on that. As to the timing of the briefings, we do plan to do them. I will announce timing of that forthcoming, but we do plan to.
This is the same woman that said Trump has never once lied to the American people. This is the same woman who went on Fox News and said that COVID-19 won't be coming to the United States because Trump has done such a good job. And then in this briefing alone, she lied several times. So you can read through this if you want to, but I'm not going to cover it. But that's who he is putting in charge as the face of our government, folks. And speaking of people that are in charge of our government, Mike Pence, the vice president, what a fucking dickhead. He went and visited the Mayo Clinic. And, of course, he's too cool to wear a mask, even though every other person in the entire hospital, except for him, was wearing a mask. You think that would have been some fucking clue. Even if he was so stupid he didn't know that when you go to the Mayo Clinic, you're supposed to wear a mask. Even if he didn't know that he's supposed to be a representative of the United States, he's supposed to set an example for the rest of the people. You would think, looking at all these people, would have clued him in, he would have asked for a mask. But nope. Fuck that, we ain't wearing masks. When Vice President Mike Pence walked into the Mayo Clinic, he wasn't wearing a face mask. Everyone else in the building was, according to reporters traveling with him. That has been the policy at the Rochester, Minnesota facility since April 13th. These people are just so... This is the worst people on earth, folks. They're the worst motherfuckers on the planet. How can we sit by and not vote for Biden and get these motherfuckers out of there? How can you think Biden is going to be worse? How? Just, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. And they got video of this shit, too. Look at these fucking assholes.
Yeah, thank you. Very impressive.
The stupid elbow bump. I ain't never fucking elbow bumping anybody. That is so corny and cringe. Fuck that shit. Just don't touch. You don't got to touch each other. So stupid. But mass shaming does work. You want to say shaming doesn't work, people? It does work. Because the next day, after he took incredible shit on Twitter for this stuff, he was out there wearing his fucking face mask. So yeah, folks. Don't say shaming doesn't work. It does work. And don't say they're not held accountable to anybody. So, because even though Trump isn't really held accountable because his base doesn't hold him accountable for much, when his base actually does make fun of him, he listens. And when Vice President Pence is made fun of on Twitter, they do cave. So we do have at least some leverage through social pressure, in my opinion. And all right, that's all the Trump coverage I'm going to say, because Trump's our president. He's our president. Hopefully not for long, though. Going to cover Alex Jones next, but let's stop and read the chats. What you guys got to say in the goddamn chats. 2020 is going to be fun. Justin Amash is running as Libertarian. They took more Clinton votes than Jill Stein did. Awesome. Pence has dead eyes. He reminds me of Cotton Hill. Hank's wife, make me a sandwich. I lost my shins because of Koreans. That's what he reminds me of. Pet the damn cat. That's in the other room. If it comes over here, I will pet it. Can't really get up and go pet the cat right now, because it's not all by me. Pence, mummy's bubby. Yeah, I know. Creepy as shit. Guy who doesn't believe in global warming. Guy who doesn't believe in evolution. Guy who doesn't believe in science is in charge of the COVID-19 outbreak, the coronavirus. So that's America for you, folks. Crony capitalism, exactly. The Screaming Crats really tied that piece together. I know, they're agreeing with me. They're cheering me on in the background. I have the greatest cheerleader section. Get a rope, yep. Gonna lynch them, folks, because, you know, that's cool for America. All right, this is the one making all the noise. This is Miss Cece. Miss Cece making so much noise. Now I got you, now petting you. I am petting you now. She's like, no, I don't want to be petted. I want to go over there and make noise, Daddy. I want to make noise. I'm going to go over there and shout during your show. But, let me kiss you. Let me kiss you. You have such pretty eyes. All right, I'll let you go. You have the freedom. How about some pretty boy? Pretty boy. Pretty boy, so pretty. He's the prettiest boy. Yeah, he is. Such a handsome fella, aren't you, Mr. Pretty Boy? He's so pretty I had to rename him. His own name was, what, Comet? Or Tater Tot? Tater Tot was his original name. And I was like, no, I don't like that. He's pretty. He's too pretty to be a Tater Tot. He's Mr. Pretty Boy now. All right. Let me read the Super Chats and we'll continue on with the show. Super Chats. What we got here? Nuberific. Kyle Kalinski's $250K a year. I make $25K. It's no wonder why I support Biden, a public option, LGBT rights, a $12 wage student. Actually, it's $15 wage is what Biden's proposing. Student loan debts, etc. Sounds great to me, but Cal, a rich brat, that's crumbs. Yeah, I mean, Cal's making bank. Like the dudes, what the fuck? So he ain't worried about it. Cal's going to be completely fine. Cal's got a nest egg built up. He's making tons of money right now because the Never Biden narrative is incredibly popular with the left right now. It's incredibly popular with bread too. What are you guys doing? Chill the fuck out, dudes. But, yeah, you know, so he's just a middle-class white kid who just doesn't give a fuck. That's what it boils down to, folks. He going to be fine. He ain't got to worry about abortion. He ain't got to worry about losing the right to choose. And he'll be dead before, I guess, global warming affects his bottom line. So, like, who gives a shit, right? Just keep it up, Cal. Keep it up. Because you got principle. I'm principled. I'm too principled to vote against fascism. I'm too principled to vote for the guy who actually believes in global warming and is going to decriminalize marijuana and student debt relief and public option. I'm too principled for that. No, you're not. You're full of shit rich kid. So enjoy it. Meldrock. Breaking the quarantine is morally speaking just as bad as drunk driving. Yeah, I mean, how many old folks have died in old folks' homes? Like, what, 20,000, something like that? A huge amount. They've had like 100 at one old folks' home. So, yeah, you're going to get old folks killed. You're going to get immunocompromised people killed. Just no empathy whatsoever. No moral fortitude whatsoever. Breaking Bat 094. My girlfriend is a surgical technician, and it pisses me off to no end that people like this would yell and scream at her just to be saved by someone like her. F these people. I know, right? They should be... I'm not really suggesting this. This is just sort of a joke, but they shouldn't be allowed into hospitals if they're going to be like this. Of course, they still should be. We have to take care of even stupid motherfuckers who are putting us all in danger, but it's still, like... They should charge them more, some shit. They should charge, like, them an extra fee and then give that money to the nurses that have to treat them. Like hazard pay and shit. Because fuck you. Putting everybody in danger, you sons of bitches. And Spanky Weasel, $20. Thank you, Spanky Weasel. That's very, very generous. Have you read Pence's biography? It's called Mike Pence, A Safe Distance from Genius. Is that a true story? A safe distance from genius? That can't be true. I'm guessing that's a joke, but no, I have not read that. That sounds awful, though. Appreciate that. Sounds funny, though. And, I don't know. Rad Chad, $20. Very generous. Thank you, Rad. I don't know why I called you Rad Chad. Stimulus chat for you, buddy. My cat is driving me nuts, too. Well, give him pets from me. I appreciate that. I'll take your stimulus money. Putting it to good use. We're definitely going to put it to good use here. Thank you, Rad. You're an amazing human being. And let's check the regular chats. Regular chats. What you guys got to say? Come on, hit the thumbs up. Yep, everybody like the video. Very important. Like the video, folks. Please tell your friends about this programming. We're pretty much eliminated from the YouTube algorithm for whatever reason, and all our videos are pretty much demonetized across the board. They've been like that for years and years and years. So liking the video really helps. Leaving comments when the video's uploaded after it's not live anymore really helps. You know, sharing it on your social media, all that stuff really adds up. Be sure to subscribe, all of that good stuff. Really appreciate that. I just like Cal and Pac-Man equally. I don't know, I like Pac-Man all right. Pac-Man seems to be doing a good job, but I don't know everything about him, so there might be things out there I don't know about him that make me dislike him, but I just don't know what they are. Oh my God. What are you guys doing? All right, I got a helper. I'm going to go check out the cats, squirt them with water. They never do this until we fucking get on the show. I guess for some reason me talking loud with all these lights on make them want to kill each other. Dudes, just chill the fuck out. My life, my life. I'm the cat daddy, hells yeah. I hate to say it, but Cal has lost it. Pac-Man is way better analysis. I agree. And it's not just being wrong. It's how weaselly Cal is. It's so fucking weaselly. I'm not fucking influencing anybody. Don't blame me. Heard it. Just shut the fuck up, dude. Yes, you are. You know what the fuck you're doing. Own that shit. Don't be a weasel. Hey, you know what, guys? I'm influencing people. I know this show influences people. Not as much people as like Cal influences, but some people. And I am confident enough in my positions to stand behind them, knowing that it influences you, and I'm not going to run from that shit. Because that's the non-Weasley way to be about it. Cut the Weasley shit, Cal. The two-party system in this country is sad. I agree, but it is reality, unfortunately. And we may want to change that, but not while Trump is running. Definitely want to get Trump out of office before we try to make any big changes. Otherwise, this is going to let him get elected again, and we cannot afford that. David Pakman has a program on Jordan Peterson's scam site. I caught him out for that, and I think he's not on there anymore. He explained his reasoning, which was bad, which is poor. But he did bow out from the Jordan Peterson website, so that's good. At least he listened. Dusty, what do you think the GOP will become post-Trump? Same thing they were before Trump. It'll be exactly the same shit. They're doing all the same shit now. They just look at him more like a cult leader, and they follow everything he does. But before him, they did exactly the same shit, you know. It's all about tax cuts for billionaires and taking money from the poor and giving it to the rich. That's what it's always been about, so... Solidarity from Australia, Dusty. Thank you. That's terrorist, bro. Appreciate that. 835K subs. I'm not influencing people I know. That's almost like what Sean has been saying. But it's just stupid, right? Kitties just want Dusty's attention. No work, cat daddy. I know, right? You gotta give me a couple hours to do this show for the peoples. I love the people so much. All right, let's continue on the show. We're already only got 45 minutes left, and we still have all this shit to cover. Might have to cover the rest of it on Monday, but that's cool. That's only like 2 days away. It'll be here for you know it. Next up, Alex Jones. I used to be the biggest Alex Jones fan, man. I used to listen to Alex Jones 3 hours every goddamn day of my life. Man, I bought a Berkey water filter from Alex Jones. When Alex Jones he used to do this like radio program on like a real radio station. I used to message that radio station and tell them how they should pay him more money. I was such a fucking fan, man, back when I had my Doomsday Prepper compound. But anyway, he's kind of gone off the deep end. That's not true. He was always off the deep end. He's not getting any better. I can say that. First off, I'm going to play this clip completely without context, and you guys can just take it in and enjoy it for what it is.
My superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will. I will eat your ass. And that's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first.
So there you have it, folks. Alex Jones wants to eat ass. Not surprised. Alex Jones is an ass eater. Could have guessed it just by looking at him. So I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, Dusty, this must have been taken out of context. And the context somehow makes this less weird. And you're right, sort of. It is taken out of context. But the context makes it even fucking weirder. Dude is literally talking about killing and eating his neighbors. I shit you not, folks. Listen to this crazy ass shit.
I'll admit it. I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors. See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will. I'm combat model, optimum self-sufficiency. Probably the leader. The point is have you thought about that yet? Because I'm somebody that thought I could fix this, and I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up my neighbor, how I'm going to haul him up by a chain and chop his ass up? I'll do it. My children aren't going hungry. I will eat your ass. And that's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first.
So crazy Alex Jones, not getting any better. And this is bad on so many levels. For one, why does Alex Jones think he's so fucking tough? Like, if anything, you're going to be eaten first, dude. You're like this chubby, balding, middle-aged man. You're not a badass, dude. I'm pretty sure your neighbors could whoop your fucking ass. And not even getting into the whole cannibal thing. Seriously, dude. Oh, my fucking God. This is fear-mongering at its greatest, though, folks. He's trying to make you so afraid the world's going to end. He did this to me. Like, it was 20 years ago or more. when I had my doomsday compound. This is exactly the same shit he was saying back then. It's exactly what the Christians have done ever since I was a child. Hey, Jesus is going to come back any 5 seconds now. You better be very afraid. You better be fucking praying. You better be asking for forgiveness. He's going to come back any second now. It's exactly what Alex Jones did for 20 years. The economy's going to collapse any second now. The government's going to take over any second now. Be prepared. It's coming. It's coming. We're going to eat our neighbors. It's just making mentally ill people and old people and people that voted for Trump Republicans so afraid that they buy his stupid brain force pills and his buckets of food, give him money. It's a con, but it's funny. Hey, like, he would be a great entertainer if it wasn't for the fact that so many unhinged people listen to him and believe him. And I know, because I used to be one of them. He's not just comedy, folks. People really do believe this shit. And here's his wife, his ex-wife. I remember his ex-wife. I used to see his ex-wife in his videos all the time and whatnot. But she's out there trying to tell anybody who will listen that he is unhinged and her kids are in danger. She's like, this is my ex-husband, Alex Jones, graphically describing how he'll kill his neighbors and feed to my kids. Homicidal, terrifying. I lost my kids for tweeting about injustice. This is unjust to my kids. This is a mom's worst nightmare. Court must act. Help retweet. So she's trying to tell everybody she can to help her fight Alex Jones and get her kids back. But she don't get very much traction. She only got 54 likes, while Alex Jones gets millions and millions. So money's all that really matters. Money and fame, folks. It's a big popularity contest, and she ain't popular enough. And next up, we're going to do a segment called Eat the Rich. Ready for another awesome fucking graphic? Here we go. Eat the rich. Eat the rich. Like Alex Jones would do. Except Alex Jones would eat the poor. But we'll eat the rich because they're fucking tasty as shit. Yeah, eat the rich. Awesome graphics. You guys know you love it. Next up, we can talk about Elon Musk. Like, Elon Musk is not a smart fellow. I don't give a shit what you goddamn people tell me. He was born rich. Meritocracy does not exist, folks. If you're born rich, that is the leading indicator on how successful you'll be in life. And I guess his parents owned, like, emerald mines in Africa. So that's how he got his start. So anyway, first he goes on a rant about how fascist social distancing is. I'll read you this article here from CBS News. It's all fear-mongering bullshit. It's just conspiracy shit. Like something Alex Jones would say. Tesla CEO Elon Musk railed against what he called fascist social distancing measures on an earnings call Wednesday. He doesn't even know what fascism is, folks. Fascism is ultra-nationalism with a dictator, dude. Or with somebody that claims dictatorial-like powers like Trump. What part of social distancing has anything to do with fascism whatsoever? Nothing. It's just stupid. In an expletive-laden rant, Musk warned that shelter-in-place orders in California, where a major Tesla factory is located, also pose a serious risk to the company. If somebody wants to stay in their house, that's great, Musk said, according to a recording of the call reviewed by CBS News. They can stay in their house and they should not be compelled to leave. But to say that they cannot leave their house and they will be arrested if they do, this is fascist. This is not democratic. This is not freedom. Give people back their goddamn freedom. This is not true. What the fuck is he even talking about? Is there anywhere that you're not allowed to leave your house? I never heard of this. Definitely not the way here. I was out today at Walmart. It was crowded as fuck. I went to Subway. Crowded as fuck. There's people all over the place on the road. Nobody was being arrested. What the fuck is this guy on about? No state has implemented an order forbidding residents from leaving their homes, although many have ordered residents to only leave for essential purposes. Right. The fuck are you lying about, Elon Musk? What a dipshit. The reason he's lying is because he is addicted to money. He's a hoarder. He's a mentally ill hoarder. And he's losing money, I guess. And so he's decided to freak out about it, which his behavior today didn't help the cause any. But before we get to that, let's look at some other shit he said. He's gone full conspiratorial. Basically, he's almost like a Trump supporter at this point. Spreading bullshit information. Classifying all deaths as corona, even if corona didn't cause the death, is simply a lie. He's spreading these conspiracy theories. Basically, if you have coronavirus in a hospital, and you have another underlying illness like liver disease or something, or something, and coronavirus kind of pushes you over the edge and kills you, then they call it a corona death. But Elon Musk is like, oh my God, they're calling deaths corona deaths. They're not actually corona deaths. So he's so desperate to downplay his part in downplaying the coronavirus, as he's done repeatedly, called it, basically said it was overblown and not a big deal. And he's got trashed online for doing that. And he's kind of trying to cover his ass. So he's spreading these conspiracies to try to make himself look better, but it doesn't. It just makes you a conspiratorial dick, which is exactly what he is. Then he went on to say, well, Wild Girders, classical liberal, commented, when you look at the total mortality numbers, it actually shows the coronavirus deaths are probably being undercounted. You should shut the fuck up. And they're like, what are you talking about? What numbers? And he posted, yeah, look, as far as average death goes, we're way over what they're counting as coronavirus deaths. So it's probably undercounted. Excess deaths are deaths above what is historically expected for this period. So Elon Musk just spreading fucking bullshit. I clicked on that. And then, listen to this shit. After claiming on 3/19 that there'd be probably close to 0 new coronavirus cases by end of April, Elon Musk tweets, "Free America now!" So yeah, this was, less than a month ago? Today is what, May 1st. This was March 20th, so this is a little over a month ago, about a month and a half ago. Based on current trends, probably close to 0 new cases in U.S. too by end of April. What a fucking genius. We just passed 62,000 deaths. Thousands of people are dying every fucking day. Goddamn Elon Musk, shut the fuck up! Rich people just think they're so smart, and it doesn't make you smart because you're rich. And of course, people suck his dick all the time, call him like the new Tony Stark, but he's not. He's a fucking dipshit. And then, of course, after he said that, now he's calling "Free America now! Free America!" Basically like the protesters out there screaming at the nurses, carrying guns inside the court buildings. That's what Elon Musk has fucking become. And of course, lots and lots of chuds are supporting him. They're like, thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you for your fucking genius. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come out and support Trump next. I really wouldn't. But 3 years definitely will change him, as the source point out. 3 years ago, he said, if one day my words are against science, choose science. Well, the day has come, motherfucker. You're going against what the doctors and the scientists say. Why aren't you listening? Is it because you're afraid to lose money? It's free America now. Yeah. Elon Musk wants to kill your grandma. And I agree with Tim Blake. Elon definitely proves that when you have a certain amount of money, the most important thing becomes preserving the money, not humans. Money corrupts people, absolutely. And here he is giving a shout out to Texas, because Texas is opening their restaurants and retailers Friday. Bravo, Texas. Yeah. It's obviously too early to do this, but yeah, you go, Texas. You prove to us all why this is a bad idea, because you know they're going to have accelerated cases of coronavirus. People are going to die, and Elon Musk is going to be on the sidelines cheering that shit on. So anyway, today Elon Musk had a fucking meltdown. Now, I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he's on drugs. It seems like he was on the good drugs, but I have no idea. Maybe he was just drunk as fuck. This is why, like, when I drink, I refuse to tweet anymore, because I've said so many stupid things when I was drunk. I don't really drink anymore, but when I do drink in the recent past, I do not allow myself to tweet. And that's because pretty much every stupid thing I've ever said on social media, I said when I was drunk. And eventually I was smart enough to, like, stop doing that shit. So anyway, here's Elon Musk losing his shit in real fucking time. First off, I am selling almost all physical possessions. Will own no house. My girlfriend Grimes is mad at me. Well, then give all your money away. Selling your possessions ain't shit, motherfucker. If you still have $43 billion, give that shit away or shut the fuck up. You know, money is a physical possession, right? So quit acting like you're above it or some shit, because you're not. And then he goes, just one stipulation will sell. I own Gene Waters' old house. It cannot be torn down or lose any of its. So, okay, whatever. And then he's like, rage against the dying of the light of consciousness. Drunk ass. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Like he's gone full on Trump, folks. It's like Trump hugging a flag. And then he said, now give people back their freedom. And then this crazy motherfucker said, Tesla stock price is too high, in my opinion. Oh my God, folks. This might be the most costly tweet in the history of mankind. There may never be a tweet that cost more than this tweet right here, folks. Because after he said this, Tesla's stock price plummeted 10%. They lost $14 billion in value over this tweet, folks. It was actually going up before he said this. Tesla's share price surge went into reverse after CEO Elon Musk said it was too high amid a string of erratic comments on Twitter. They saw his Twitter meltdown. They saw what he was saying, and they lost confidence in him. And 10% down. It was 11.5 when they took this picture, but it was like 10.5% or something like that, or 10.05% when it ended. $14 billion. Man, no one man should have all that power, folks. To quote Kanye. You should not have enough power to remove $14 billion in value from a company with your tweets. That is some crazy ass shit, yo. So they might want to think about removing Elon Musk from the board of directors stat. Because dude's crazy as fuck. And very happy to see Elon do his bit to support the class war on Labor Day. These are his stockholders. Dude, I just lost $10K because of this tweet. What the fuck is wrong with you? I guess this guy had $100,000 worth of stock in Tesla and lost $10,000 because of this tweets Elon's making. So I understand why these stockholders are mad at him. Definitely should fucking be mad at him. And God is right on. I agree with God. God tweeted out, and God would know, that Elon Musk is 100% cocaine powered. You know it. He got that good uncut shit directly from Colombia. 41,000 likes from God. You get him, God. Got 30 minutes left. I'm going to power on through. Next up, we're going to talk about some bad parenting. And I hate to see shit like this. This is the kind of shit chud asses put on their social media like they're good parents, but they're not good parents. This is a form of abuse, in my opinion. Look at this stupid ass mother. 10.6 million views. Look at this insecure. I'm the dad. I'm the man here. I'm going to show you kids some respect.
Nothing. Your chores. What the crap? What the crap? You're going to buy yourself a new TV by doing chores. You're going to work it off. Where's your remotes? Put your remotes down here on the floor now.
Like he's terrorizing them with a bat. Like, what a piece of shit, man.
Where's the other one? I know you got another one. Where's that?
Look how scared they are. Like, child protective services should be called against this motherfucker. Seriously, that guy is unhinged, unstable.
You're going to pay me to buy you new toys. You seem to think you get everything for free. That's not how it works. I'm not busting the PlayStation. I'm taking that with me.
But you're busting your other shit that you paid for. You worked at your job. You exchanged your very limited, very finite life hours in exchange for money. And now you're breaking your own shit, you dumbass. Like, what the fuck? Those kids might be better in foster care. I don't know. I guarantee that guy supports Trump. Just saying, that's definitely a Trump supporter. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that guy's a Trump supporter. And next up, I should have already did this graphic, this amazing fucking graphic. But next up, it's time for Chud Watch. Hell yeah. Chud Watch. What the fuck? Yeah. Talking about Chud Watch. Hell yeah. Gonna talk about chuds and make fun of them. Nailed it. Never had one singing lesson ever, folks. Chud Watch. Here we go. First off, little Tommy Lauren. Super genius Tommy Lauren. Compliance starting to look a whole lot like willful slavery. Yeah, willful slavery, folks, because that exists. That's not a contradiction in terms. Remember all those slaves who were slaves willfully? They were like, I have a choice not to be a slave, but I choose with my will to be a slave. No. It's not what the fuck slavery is, Tommy. By the way, do you still make your clothing in China? Fake patriot. And look at this. Just shows how hypocritical they are. Double set of standards. This clown is likening his struggle to play professional football to slavery. How does that not piss off those whose ancestors lived through true racial persecution or those who fought actual injustice in the civil rights movement? Yeah, I dare you. Use slavery as a political tool in cases where it does not deserve to be used that way, except for when I do it. Willful slavery! Yeah, you fucking shut ass. Horrible, horrible human beings. And folks, Dave Rubin is a super genius. He proves every fucking day what a goddamn genius he is. Let's have a look at this.
Authoritarians love authoritarianism. Authoritarians love authoritarianism.
Get out! Authoritarians love authoritarianism. Genius! Definitely telling us useful information that contributes to society and evolves us, doesn't he? And this guy, who actually is a right-wing guy, reviewed his book. I'm not even going to go into it, but not good. The entire book is basically social justice warriors bad, Republicans good. The same exact shit you would expect Dave Rubin to write or have a ghostwriter write for him. I'm sure he didn't really write it. And this dude is like an ambulance chaser. Just anything he can do to have anybody on his show that makes the left look bad. Rose McGowan went public and started talking about Democrats. I used to be a proud Democrat. I used to be a proud American. I would have died for this damn country and its ideals. Why? That sounds like you used to be a fucking moron. That sounds like blind patriotism. I'm sorry you used to be stupid. Be smarter, Rose McGowan. I was raised to be a proud Democrat. When my youngest brother graduated as a fighter pilot at Air Force Academy, I wore a Vote John Kerry pin. Okay, that's dumb. Anyway, so basically she's shitting on the left. She's all mad because Joe Biden is the Democratic nominee and her and Alyssa Milano are having a feud about it. And I just want to go on record to say that I don't give a fuck what anybody from the Charm television show said. Who gives a shit about what a show about witches from, what is it, the 90s or the early 2000s? Who cares about these fucking people? Stop being on my timeline. But of course, Dave Rubin's right there. He sniffs blood in the water. You're almost there, Rose. Let me know when you want to chat. Yeah, I'll let you on my show. Use my platform to help you shit on the Democrats and the left. Because that's what I do. That's literally my fucking job. Chud ass. And speaking of chuds, I agree. There's so much to unpack here. Good Lord. Lady MAGA. Any questions? This is what a liberal drag queen looks like. And this is what a conservative drag queen looks like. Hey, I'm one of the good ones, folks. Yeah, this is obviously a grifter. These people like Blair White and Jesse Lee Peterson and Dave Rubin, they realize they can sell out their own people to make a lot of money. They can be one of the good ones. And people can look at them and they can say, hey, I support this particular drag queen, so I'm not fucking against drag queens. This is one I accept, which allows them to justify their bigotry towards all the other drag queens they come in contact with. But, of course, exactly what you expect happened. The conservative chuds turned against this person. I don't know what their pronouns are, so I'm going to call them this person. You're scratching right in front of me. I give you enough flea medication while you scratching, baby doll. But, of course, they immediately get made fun of because the chuds you're trying to draw in and feed off of and make money off of don't accept you, most of them. So, Rational Disconnect says, do the Lady MAGAs, Blair Whites, and Candace Owens really not understand that as soon as the SJW degenerates are dealt with, they will all become the new degenerates who have to be dealt with? And yes, Stone Toss, the Nazi, put out a cartoon to make fun of, a new political cartoon. Yep. Shut up. I have repeatedly stood against the aggressive and radical drag queen story hour. Yeah, so horrible to read stories to children as a drag queen. There's a clear difference between an uplifting and patriotic performer such as myself and these sick people dressing as demons and sluts in front of kids. I'm one of the good ones. Why are you guys making fun of me? I never thought the Tigers would eat my face off, says the woman who voted for the Tigers eating your face off party. Degenerate versus wholesome, just making fun of her. Yep. You're in the American flag. You think that makes you better? That's what happens when you lie down with dogs. You get fleas. They're not going to accept you. They don't give a shit about you. They see you as a degenerate. And you are. You are a degenerate because you're just a con artist trying to make money off this shit. See right through you. You're shameless and awful. And speaking of people that are shameless and awful, Buck Angel! Oh my God, Buck Angel. You guys know who Buck Angel is? He's a trans man who kind of blazed the trail for trans people a long time ago. But now he old, he bitter. He don't like the trans movement anymore, and he does whatever he can to shit on people. And so he's like, question! If you put pronouns in your bios, is it because you feel shamed into doing it, or is it really important to you? As I've explained before, I just did it because trans people who are in my audience and who I'm friends with, they said, hey, can you show solidarity with us and put your pronouns in your bio? That really kind of helps normalize it, and it helps us. And I was like, sure, okay. I wasn't shamed at all into it. I was like happy to do it. If it helps you in any way, I have so much privilege. I'm like a white, straight, relatively nice-looking, intelligent man. I have all the fucking privileges in the world. If I can do something so minor that doesn't take any time, it doesn't hurt me in any way to help other people who doesn't have as much privileges as I do, why would I not do it? It's just very small price to pay for being a decent human being. So Matt Pizzuti says, it is showing kindness to people for whom pronouns are not something you can take for granted. I'm helping to make it normal for people to state their pronouns. I'm a cis male and I'm fairly masculine, so I think it's important for me to use my privilege constructively. Exactly. But Buck Angel ain't fucking having it, of course. He's like, okay, that's awesome. You do that. But someone like me, who worked very hard to not have to tell you my pronouns, takes offense in having to do it. Who's making you do it? Literally nobody forcing you to do it. What the fuck are you even talking about, Buck Angel? Playing the victim. Oh my God. They're forcing me to put pronouns in my bio. No, they're not. Nobody forcing this shit upon you. You fucking victim playing snowflake. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. Why are you so bitter, Buck Angel? Just ridiculous. Of course, it's the guy that ContraPoints had in one of her videos briefly and took a lot of shit for it. He just makes her look bad every time he speaks out in public. Because she pretended like people didn't have a good point with calling her out for showcasing him, and they did. He's a piece of shit. You should not showcase, in my opinion. And speaking of chuds, oh my God, these fucking intellectual dark web. What an oxy fucking moron that is. Eric Weinstein. I had somehow forgotten what the masculine and feminine binary look like as a partnership, or why we would carry around such restrictive and socially constructed, antiquated structure. Send me to woke prison, but this is freaking inspiring me. What are you talking about? Just always playing the fucking victim. I forgot what a real man and a real woman look like because society is forcing an image on us that no longer showcases true masculinity and true feminism, or femininity. Have you never watched porn, dude? Seriously, you know you watch some fucking porn and ain't goddamn forgot what masculine and feminine look like. This is just stupid. This is just you pretending like woke culture has stolen something from you, and it hasn't. You're playing the victim exactly like you accuse everybody else of doing because you guys are hypocrites. It's all the fuck you are, and it's pathetic. It's really fucking sad and pathetic. Where you at, Joe Rogan? Distance yourself immediately, and oh my God. These people need some near-death experiences to get their priorities in straight. Imagine sitting around and thinking about shit like this. Or making a video and a cartoon, animating to talk about shit like this. This is a guy who's real worried about video games and cartoons. Teaching boys to be men in ways they don't agree with. How many of these people actually go to the gym and practice what they preach? I'm guessing zero. Listen to this shit. This is so ridiculous.
Here's the other thing to remember about pop culture, okay? The people who like Star Wars, the people who like Dungeons and Dragons, the people who like video games and comic books, these are smart people. So the culture that they're taking in is vital. This is a battleground. What we teach our boys, what we teach our smart, exceptional, special boys, it's important. Are we teaching them the masculine version of Thundercats? Or are we showing them the CalArts soy-based pussy version of Thunder?
Imagine in 2020 still using these soy arguments. Like that means anything. Soy does not make you more feminine. Like, why do they keep saying this? And who gives a shit? Who cares if they show an impossible to meet standard of a man or they show a regular man that you could actually live up to be and feel okay with your own masculinity instead of this exaggerated version that has no bearing in reality? What is wrong with you people?
Cats. Are we mocking masculinity or are we cherishing it? We're making it look cool. We're giving these boys something to aspire to.
We're mocking toxic masculinity. Masculinity is fine. Like I talked about on my last show, I had this friend whose son got in a car accident. He's in a wheelchair now. And her boyfriend built this entire series of ramps leading to their house. He has all these construction skills, and he used those skills to help the less fortunate and somebody who really needed it to. And that is an amazing example of positive masculinity. But war and death and murder and puffing your chest out and trying to pretend to be alpha and bullying people and pretend like you always have something to prove to people and starting fights and, what'd you say about me? Are you disrespecting me? That's toxic as fuck. That is not the type of masculinity we should be showcasing. Yes, that is the type of masculinity we're fucking mocking. That is the type of masculinity that should be fucking mocked. Dude, guarantee this dude is not masculine at all in real life. Probably a chubby fuck who these less masculine version of men should relate to him much more. But he's so pathetic and so insecure in who he is that he has to have this inflated view of himself, and he pretends to be much more masculine than he actually is.
That's what all of this stuff means. These are the things that actually shape our ideas of what it means to be a man. And if these social justice warriors, these soy boys can get in there and they can monkey with it and they can change it and they can make it embarrassing to be a man.
God, I love this. All right, first, yeah, being a real man is about war and shooting people and being buff. And these social justice warriors are changing it by making him more realistic and then making him have a cat because that's bad. And then, oh my God, they made him black. He was white before, but now he's black. You're taking our culture away from us. God damn it. Just the racism, the patheticness is right in your fucking face with these motherfuckers.
And they can make it embarrassing to be a man. If they can demasculinize and de-penis Luke Skywalker, put him in a bathrobe as a failure, somebody who gives up and literally sucks on sea monster tit, instead of fighting the First Order, which is what he should be doing.
He literally went and fought, didn't he? What, didn't he give his life for that shit? Like,
what kind of message does that send to our boys? How are boys supposed to grow up without Luke Skywalker?
Oh my God.
How are boys supposed to grow up if Batman is sitting there whining about Selena Kyle all day long?
God.
Boys don't have the role models that they used to have because the most incredibly depressed, mentally ill weirdos have taken complete control of our pop culture and they're ruining it. You want to pump out more soy boys that look like Will Wheaton? This is the inevitable result of all of this. This is where we're going. This is why we fight so hard. These boys need heroes. They need...
Imagine being so privileged. This is the shit you fight for. This is the shit you sit around all day and think about and fight for. I mean, holy fucking shit, dude. Seriously.
Masculine role models. They need heroes. People who don't sit around and cry and mope and whine. People who put themselves last, who put heroism, their country first. It's so important. I know it seems silly to cry about Captain Marvel or Star Wars or The Last Jedi.
It is
you
silly.
Can't stop until they change what they're doing, until they wake up and realize that they're destroying people. They're taking away our balls.
Oh my God.
Our boys are growing up to be...
Like, seriously, if this takes away your balls, then you didn't really have balls to begin with, dude. If it's this easy to castrate you, then doesn't that say more about your masculinity and how pathetic you are than anything else?
Pussies. Because they don't know any better. They're afraid of offending these blue-haired land whales on social media. They're afraid.
Like, literally nobody's afraid of blue-haired land whales. Don't give a shit about that. Maybe you are. I definitely am not. And I am perfectly fine in my masculinity. I don't shoot guns. I'm not a big fucking meathead. I don't watch sports. I don't chew tobacco. I don't go around and brag about my sexual conquest or any of that shit. I'm perfectly fucking fine with my manhood. I cry. I tear up at injustices in the world. Perfectly fucking fine with that. If you're not fine with your manhood, that's on you, dude. Don't blame fucking cartoons and movies because you're fucking pathetic. And you are incredibly fucking pathetic. Just sad as shit, dude. Speaking of sad as shit, Candace Owen gonna die to own the libs. This is your daily reminder that under no circumstances will I be getting any coronavirus vaccine that becomes available. Ever, no matter what. Good. Die, bitch! Hope it takes you first. I just wish you weren't going to kill other people. That's the bad thing about it. But if it's only you, good riddance to bad garbage. Good Lord, these people. Just so pathetic, man. So pathetic. And why does anybody listen to Bill Mitchell? They do, but why? Speaking of bad COVID-19 takes. When COVID-19 reaches 51 million infected in the U.S. and kills 55,000, someone let me know. Should we tell him? We just passed 62,000 deaths. Today's flu season is almost over, and we are at 276 U.S. deaths. Amateur numbers, yeah. It's not going to be big deaths, is it? This was like a month ago? Let's see what the date was. March 21st, so yeah, a little over a month ago. Imagine being this wrong this quickly. And then, of course, now he's moving the goalpost. This is what they're all doing, folks. They're claiming that the COVID-19 numbers are fake. It's a big conspiracy to inflate the numbers. I'm under assault from the liberal Trobot army today. You mean people telling you the truth about how bad your stupid takes are? You know, the 80 followers, 40,000 tweet crowd? Well, if these fools are stupid enough to believe COVID-19 has actually killed over 55K Americans, they can have it. CDC has upright told us it's all a lie, but the CDC did not say that. The current data on presumptive and lab-confirmed cases and deaths are underestimates. CDC spokesperson Scott Pauley, and even on their own websites, total deaths, this was April 28th, so this was a couple of days ago, 55,258. God damn it, Trump supporters and conservatives are so stupid. Fucking shameless. They're just shameless fucks. Speaking of shameless fucks, Dennis Prager, he like, the lockdown is the greatest mistake in the history of humanity. That's right, folks. Not any of the world wars. Not the fact that we got attacked by Saudi Arabia on 9/11. 15 and 19 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia, and there was evidence that they funded it. And we attacked Iraq and Afghanistan, two countries that had nothing to do with it, and spent trillions of dollars. That wasn't the biggest mistake, folks. Slavery! We enslaved millions of people. Beat them, murder them, killed them, raped them. That wasn't the biggest mistake. Social distancing, folks. Quarantining in case of a pandemic. That's the greatest mistake in the history of humanity, according to these right-wing, chud-ass motherfuckers. And, oh, God, so sad. And speaking of chuds, the quartering, one of the greatest chuds in the history of mankind, should win some kind of award for his chudness. Mayor Bill de Blasio says, my message to the Jewish community and all communities is this simple. The time for warnings has passed. I have instructed the NYPD to proceed immediately to summons or even arrest those who gather in large groups. This is about stopping this disease and saving lives, period. So apparently in New York, a lot of the Jewish people are refusing to social distance because of their religion, and they're spreading it in their communities, and people are dying all over the place, and people are getting sick of it. Your religion does not give you carte blanche to murder other people. But here's the quartering's response. What are your opinions on the Jewish question? Haha, get it? You know, Hitler's question about what we're going to do to murder all the Jews. What's your opinion on that? Of course, he deleted this. I'm guessing he was drunk. These fucking edgy YouTubers think this stuff is funny and cool. They think it's going to impress their audience, but it's just so cringe. Not only that, it's been done to death. These kind of jokes have been done to death, so they're not new and edgy and cool anymore. They're just sad. And they just show what a fucking piece of shit loser you are, in my opinion. And 10 minutes left, and another example of chud-ass bullshit. Black liberals versus black conservatives. Yeah, black liberals, you're all fat and loser. This white guy gonna call out black liberals for some reason. You're all fat little soy boys with piercings, and man, conservatives are like Trump supporters, MAGA, they're big and strong. And I'm like, isn't like Hollywood mostly liberals? All the good-looking, jacked motherfuckers all over Hollywood, like Captain America. The fuck are you talking about? But of course, it's some chubby white guy saying this. Look, you're not in shape, dude. You're not a fucking heaping ball of masculinity. You're not fucking ripped and jacked. What are you talking about? Hypocrite? He's a chubby white boy. Not practicing what you preach very much, dipshit. And, okay, we're going to skip over all this stuff because we only have 5 minutes left. So I'm going to skip, let's skip that. So let's skip to the palate cleansers, I guess. Yeah, I'll cover that in my next show. And we'll skip to the palate cleansers, and then we'll read the chat, and we'll finish the show. And let me bring up my awesome fucking graphic for the palate cleansers. Palate cleansers! Yeah! Palate cleansers! We gonna cleanse your palate! Cause this show is depressing as fuck. So don't kill yourself, cause we gonna show some stuff to cleanse your palate. Yep. Worked all night on that song. All right. And, oh, well, this is sad. This is not a palate cleanser. This is sad, folks. Ted from Scrubs is dead. In real life. He died. Fuck. I love me some Ted. I used to watch Scrubs all the time. Remember Ted? They're going to copyright this if I play this, I bet you. But I'm going to play just a second of it.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, at least I know for sure.
All right, that's all I can play of it. But great song. If you haven't heard that song, he kills his cover of that song. And I'm so sorry he's dead. I think his name was Sam. Gonna miss you, dude. He was only in his 50s. I don't think he died of coronavirus, though. I didn't hear how he died. They didn't say. But I'm sure if he died of corona, they would have said. So, sad day. Sorry to see him go. He was a good dude. But now, palate cleansers, you guys seen the giant baby? The giant baby is sweeping the fucking nation. This horrible, horrible monster giant baby. Scaring the entire world. Oh, no. The giant baby coming at you. Hell no. This got 6.8 million views. Everybody, the nation, is in fear of the giant baby. Don't make it mad, folks. Don't make it mad. Stay calm. Everybody gonna die from the giant baby. And last up, here's one for the lesbians, but not just for the lesbians. This one's for all of us. Who is this girl? I need to know immediately for reasons. Now what? Yeah, gonna take a string and put it in your mouth. With that giant ass tongue. And work her magic, and then boom! She tied it in a knot with her big ass long tongue. That is a talented girl. Gotta give it to you. Yeah. Oh, look at that shit. Little action for the lesbians out there. Love to see it. Amazing talent from this girl. And that's all the content I will cover tonight, folks. Read the super chats and finish up with the show. Boom. That's not it. So close. All right. Super chats. Lifeblood of the show. Super chats. What we got here? Newberific. Used to be the biggest Cow fan. You, David Packman, Voss, TJ Kirk, sometimes, and Destiny are great voices. I do what I can. I appreciate it. I agree with some of those names. All but one. Guess which one I don't agree with. But anyway, appreciate that. Thank you for your $5, Newberific. Appreciate that. And Victoria Cunningham, $30. That's very generous, Victoria. Victoria is amazing. Dusty, please make sure the doggies get some well-earned treats or some good toys from me and my kitties and ferrets. We love the show and look forward to meeting the doggies soon. Much love. Yeah, I need to make videos about them. I'm going to work on that. Try to work on that this week. I will buy them some pig ears. They love pig ears. I know it's not vegetarian, but like they already killed the pigs for the sausage and for the bacon. So the ears are up for grabs, in my opinion. So they love, like, I don't know if they're toasted or roasted or how they make the pig ears. But they love those, and I will buy them some pig ears specifically for you, Victoria Cunningham. And the thing they love the most of everything I buy them is flea medication, because it keeps them from suffering. So I will buy them some flea medication in your honor, Victoria. Thank you for that. Newberific, $10. Keep the show going. Corona and chill. Yep. Hopefully I'm helping you guys get through your quarantine. Make you not so lonely. I hear the dogs barking. I don't know if you guys can hear that back there. They must have seen a mouse. Been watching you forever. I'm old. Remember you as a chud, just like I was. I was never like that much of a chud. Just a little bit. Like slight chud. But how times have changed, LOL. But seriously, you, Destiny, and Jake really helped me accept trans people. Well, I appreciate that. Like, I was real ignorant about trans people for a long time. And then I started, like, just talking to them and researching it and putting my biases aside and trying to understand. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I don't say it's nothing, because that seems like I'm dismissing it, but it's nothing to be worried about or to ridicule. It's just, like, normal now. It's silly to ever think silly for me to ever think it was a big thing to begin with. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Newberific. Another $2. Dave Rubin clip broke me. Thanks, Dusty. I know. Did you know that authoritarians love authoritarianism? And did you know that bakers love to bake? Do you know masturbators love to masturbate? Just amazing information you're getting from Dave Rubin. You could have never figured that out by yourself. But it's like the stupid nothingness all these intellectual dark web guys teach. Like Jordan Peterson. Like I always ask Jordan Peterson fans. They're always like, Jordan Peterson changed my life. He taught me so much. He's like my daddy. He changed my life. And I always ask them, well, what did he teach you that you didn't already know? And they're like, well, he taught me that you're supposed to be improving your life somewhat. I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't know you're supposed to be improving your life somewhat? You didn't know you're supposed to be trying to work to make yourself better? You really had to be told that? Are you guys space aliens that landed on this planet? And then Jordan Peterson is teaching you how to behave like normal human beings? That's the only explanation I can think for this. Anyway, thank you for that. HS Ross, $10 Canadian. I think it needs to be emphasized how the right-wing nonsense about culture distracts from the real economic causes. Example, declining real wages of men's relationships, families, and parenting difficulties. I agree. Like, and men have lots of issues. Like, some of the stuff that the men's rights activists point out are completely true. But what they fail to bring up is that usually these problems put on men are caused by other men. It's caused by the fact that patriarchy puts all these unrealistic, God damn, the dog's really barking. Unrealistic expectations on men that men can't live up to. And so that causes, like, lots of problems, like suicide. Suicides among men is much higher than it is among women, and dangerous behavior that leads to men getting hurt or killed is part of the toxic masculine culture. So yeah, all that stuff should be called out and understood for what it is. Appreciate that, HS Ross. Django Fett, $3. What's up, Django Fett? Thank you for your cute little icon. Appreciate that. Spanky Weasel, $10. Have a little something for the graphics. I know I deserve a lot for those amazing graphics that I stayed up all night and worked on, so I appreciate that. And one more from HS Ross. See if I can find what it is. I already read that one. Go to the regular chat. Maybe it'll show up. I hate this thing. Cuts off the bottom one. So stupid. Will the 2016 right-wing grift ever dry up? Or are their fans so hungry for someone to blame for their troubles and agreement that they can play the same video and Trigglypuff forever and keep making money? They'll make money. It'll probably eventually dry up, but not anytime soon. You know, like I talked about before, making fun of people rewards your brain with pleasurable chemicals. It's like, I'm better than that person, and they love to watch people get mocked and shit on. And so these channels of these talented people like Chris Raygun, talented guy, I think. I disagree with him on the way he's decided to use his platform, but there's a lot of other people like that who make videos that are designed to appeal to these people, and it works beautifully because they get their daily dosage of outrage and cringe, and I don't foresee that ending anytime soon. You know, I wish that we could make it more popular to shit on chuds and whatnot and make that more popular, and I guess it is growing somewhat, but unfortunately a lot of people on the left nowadays seem to be more interested in shitting on liberals in the Democratic Party than they are on the right. So they're just basically reinforcing the social justice warrior narratives that are so popular in the chug community. So unhelpful in my opinion. But what you gonna do? HS Ross, I sent one more. All right, HS Ross, got one in. Oh, there's another one. HS Ross, $10. Jordan Peterson makes them feel good about being able to blame SJWs for their problems, and then they look for a rationalization for watching his trash, and they claim self-improvement. Yeah, it's like, don't blame other people for your problems. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But they constantly blame everybody else for society's ills. Jordan Peterson is constantly blaming, what is it he says? The postmodern neo-Marxist. That's what's causing all the world's problems. But hey, don't blame everybody else. Take personal responsibility, but it's all everybody else's problem. It's just talking out of both sides of your mouth. Very common in use with con men who bilk you out of your money. So anyway, HS Ross, one more. Thank you, HS Ross. Appreciate that. Steve says, Dusty is one of the only lefties that is not on the take for the Christian. White supremacists, racist, science-denying, fascists, and the GOP. Yep, I'm trying. May not be very popular, but I'm doing what I can. I got to tell the truth. Peterson is my YouTube dad. I need him to remind me to tie my shoes. I know, right? Gotta know how to walk and chew gum at the same time. Ask Peterson. Dusty's a wise man. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron, but I had the ability to talk a little bit, so I convince people that I'm smarter than I am. Jimmy Millador is for sure a GOP hack, and he repeats all of Trump's right-wing talking points. Yeah, I was going to talk about him. I guess I'll talk about him in the next show. I had it queued up to where he is shitting on Bernie Sanders. Imagine being a fucking asshole who makes tons of money on YouTube, shitting on a guy who has spent the last 50 years trying to help the poor and marginalized, trying to fight for civil rights, and just sitting on your stupid-ass fucking show with your stupid-ass fucking face and shitting on a really decent, good man. I'm not actually willing to do anything to make sure this happens other than tweet or make a speech. I'll never cross or call like Chuck Schumer or Pelosi for negotiating or passing a bill after bill that screws workers in favor. In fact, I voted for him. It's just... they're going to help fascists maintain power. And they're going to tell themselves they're the good guys and they're justified in doing this. But the reason they're doing this is because it's popular for them to do this and they're making tons of money. And these are disgusting people. Fuck Jimmy Dore, in my opinion. Anyway, a little rant about Jimmy Dore. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats for in the show. Don't want to miss your super chats. Davey Firewalls gave me $2. And Vico Wando gave me money, but damn, Sam's death really got to me for some reason. Hug your parents as long as you can. Thanks for the show. No problem, yeah. It was sad to see Sam go. I really like Ted. That character he played on Scrubs is a really good character, and he'll be missed. But everything's temporary, folks. Enjoy your life while you can. And one more. Blue Takan. Takan? Close enough. Dusty, watch the Midnight Gospel on Netflix. It's Rick and Morty meets Adventure Time meets Super Gel. Okay. I understood some of those words. I know what Rick and Morty is. Apparently, Rick and Morty is coming back Sunday, I think. So they took a hiatus for a long time. They did half the season. And now they're going to do the other half the season starting, I think it's Sunday. So looking forward to that. And I will check the Midnight Gospel on Netflix. Thank you for the recommendation. I told you guys to recommend shows to me, and you did it. So thank you for listening to me. I appreciate that. And H.S. Ross, Jimmy Dore's trash. Agreed. Fuck Jimmy Dore. Tired of that motherfucker. All right. I'll be back on Monday, folks. Monday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Have another amazing show planned for you guys. I hope you'll tune in. I hope you'll tell your friends. And as always, don't forget, patreon.com. Let's see if I lost any money during the show. $12.69. Hey, it went up a little bit. $12.74. Good. Patreon.com/Codcast. If you want to help out the cats, if you want to support the show, every dollar adds up. So $1 to a month, whatever you can afford. Really helps out, and I appreciate it. And as always, you can see the show on SoundCloud if you want to listen to it, and iTunes, and Spotify. I'm all over the motherfucking place. I will be back Monday, folks. I really appreciate it, folks. I really appreciate you guys supporting me. It's an honor to be able to entertain you, as I always say, because it really is. Love you guys so much. I will see you soon. You guys stay safe out there. You guys have a good weekend. And as always, till next time, Logic. Fuck yes. Good night, everybody.